Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. I am going to run another intro video. I apologize. My coffee did not fix as quick as I thought it would. So I will be right back with y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for your patience. So coffee has been secured. This is a case, a story, an urban legend, a mystery, the creepy, the paranormal, all the things wrapped into one. And it's really creepy when urban legends become the truth. So I chose the creepy intro tonight because I don't know. I thought it was a better intro than using one of my other ones. Of course, we'll probably do the outro with our missing because I always want to make sure I feature the missing because no matter what we're talking about, the missing matter to me. I was going to break out in song for y'all, but I'm sure Aerosmith done it better than I did. Kimber was #1 in chat. Please like, subscribe, share this out, get a notification button so you never miss a live. Arctic was #2. He said, be right back. Got to take a quick shower and get rid of the stench of cigarettes and beer. Oh, Arctic, where was you? One of them there barbs. Hello, Dandy. Brian's in the house. Hi, Arctic taking a shower. Lisa's in the house. Butterfly Kisses is in the house. Far Q is in the house. Thank you for being here. With that collar on, it breaks my heart. Solid voice over kiddo. Not sure what you're talking about, Brian. Mark Schumann, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Arctic has been around. Oh, Brian wants all the deets. Brian wants the deets on the Arctic. Where you been, sir? How many of you guys have ever heard of the Devil's Tree in Port St. Lucie, Florida? This one's got all the things. We got serial killer. We got the tree from hell. We got urban legends. Would you like to come co-host, sir? I was getting to that. Seances. Satanistic rituals, all the things. All the things. Now, right before Mr. Craig here decided to have a fatal car accident, well, nearly fatal, because I guess they brought him back 3 times. So does that still count as a fatal car accident if you get brought back? I don't know. We'll leave the technicalities out of it. Either way, we were going to drive to the Devil's Tree so I could get real footage of the Devil's Tree because it's just creepy as hell. So this is something that's been on my to cover list for about a year. So if you've ever sent me a case and you think, well, damn, Mom hasn't covered the case yet. Sometimes you just have to give me a little jolt. Sometimes you just have to send me a message and be like, hey, I asked you to cover this. Can you cover it? And I'll get around to it. I promise I will. Don't dox me. Welcome in tonight. Hello. Stormy's in the house. Brian, you're a Florida man and you've never heard of the Devil's Tree? Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not really sure where I heard of it either. Hello. Sorry, I was sidetracked by the ghost of the co-host that wanted to remind me not to leave out the satanistic rituals. I was getting to that part. But Mr. Micromanager over here. Is Doodlebug in the house? Where's Doodlebug? Doodlebug.
Doodlebug.
Is she what? Kimba?
Ghost. What? Hello?
What did you say? You said, is she? And then you just trailed off and left me hanging.
No, I said, is she in the house? And then I said, Doodlebug.
Oh, yes. The ghost of the co-host that partakes of the devil's lettuce and that gets too paranoid to come on panel was over here in the background micromanaging my intro there to let you guys know we're going to talk about tonight. So if you guys saw the thumbnail, it is a rather creepy story. It is rather
That's not
creepy.
me. I don't partake of the devil's lettuce. I'm not the ghost of the co-host.
No, the ghost of the co-host is in the background. So I will admit to this anytime I do this just because this is how I roll. So this picture was absolutely 110% clickbait. It is a real picture of a real tree, but it's not the devil's tree. But it made the thumbnail look so much cooler. So I did use this picture. But this is in a different country. So I just want to admit to that because when we do things over here, we always like to admit to said things. But it was still a really cool picture and it fits the story and the narrative. So,
Lisa, you always wound too tight. Lisa says she get paranoid and she's already wound too tight. I love that thumbnail though.
This is not the devil's tree. This is not the devil's tree in Florida, but this is this is absolutely 110% real. It's just not the tree we're looking at tonight. The tree we are looking at tonight is this tree. And you still got to respect the tree from hell. I'm just going to tell you, this tree is the tree from hell. You guys see the creepy little fucking doll at the bottom of it? Oh, creepy little dolls. Okay. Now that I've rambled, mumbled, and jumbled, let me stop sharing my screen. Sorry, I have multiple projects going on. Multiple projects because I was in town for the majority of the afternoon and it throws off all the things that I should be doing when I'm not here and I'm not able to do said things. So,
Lisa, you should
I've
pick
got
up
like 50 things going on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Lisa, you should pick up knitting as your
rambling.
You should pick up knitting as your hobby. There you go. Go over to the knitting community. You should pick that up as your hobby.
Good Lord, do we need Lisa with weapons
I don't
of
think.
mass
No, no, I don't think we need
destruction?
Lisa. No, I don't think we need Lisa with knitting needles. Actually, she said that everyone will know I'm murderous.
Sassy.
Sassy Cassie.
I can't murder anybody. Do you guys see this? It's like it's everywhere. So I'd have to like put a hairnet on and the whole thing, and that's just too many changes for me. So I'll stick to covering murderers. Sunday Doodles, welcome in the house. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, that's like me, Mom. I'm best.
Thank you all.
I'm best covering them because
Ooh, look at her.
I shed like a dog.
Cassie knows the devil's tree. Cassie knows the devil's tree. Mm-hmm. Priceless. The tree from hell makes me think of Rob Zombie's Three from Hell movie. Dandy. I love it. Dandy. Her mouth is her weapon. I love it, Lisa.
Just take that however you like.
Take that however you like it. Sorry if I missed saying hello. A little anger brewing from my Medea brain tonight. Doodle, are you okay?
No, she's not.
Are you
I'm just
okay,
gonna say,
my love?
I'm just gonna put that out
She's
into the
not?
universe. No, and I'm not either, but that's okay. It's a discussion for later.
Okay. No worries. Doo-doo. Yeah, I shed like a dog. It's bad. Like if I ever tried to murder anybody, I'm probably glitching. So let me turn my camera off because I see the TV is moving around. So that's gonna. Oh yeah, I can even see I'm glitching. So I sound like the.
We go. Hey,
I thought that's what I sounded like. Sassy. Everybody sheds. We're all shedders. There is no murdering going on around here. We're all shedders. I'd be caught within a day. They'd be like, they'd be sending my DNA to Lisa. And Lisa'd say, I know that crazy bitch. SW Collectibles. Hello, welcome in, sir. You keep changing your name. I did not know that was you today, Steven. I'm old. You got to let me have a heads up and say, hey, it's me. Josh the Posh, welcome in tonight. Just saw you were live. Just came over from Clutch Them Pearls channel. Oh, alrighty then. Thank you for being here. And we're going to talk about demons and devils and trees and urban legends and all the things.
let me get my sage stick. Let me get my sage stick.
Do we need sage already? How we ain't even got started yet? We already need sage?
I'm getting my sage just in case because if this gets too scary, me and Lisa will be outside waiting on you with our sage. Molly, 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 Molly.
You be out there. No, we got sage. Molly's in the house. We got sage now. See it up here in the right corner? It says there ain't enough sage for this shit. Just
that's the truth. There's really not right now. There's definitely not enough sage for this shit.
Molly, I think you will enjoy this story. It is creepy. It's quite creepy. This is your reseller channel. Oh, okay. You're a reseller? I'm a picker. Are we the same? My dad calls me a pirate picker. I'm a pirate picker. All right, let's get to the subject at hand here. Where do I want to start? We'll start with this because it doesn't have any audio. It's just going to be me reading, and we're going to have some pictures. It's going to be informational. So when I used the BuzzFeed's footage the other night, they copyrighted me. So we're going to do different tonight. We are going to use their article. And we are going to use it under the copyright law. So, suck it. All right, let me pull this up here. And of course, as you guys know, I always like to go over a couple of different types of articles and whatnot. Because we find in these articles that you never know what's going to be different with the story. Guys, am I glitching real bad? Kimber, am I glitching real bad?
You're glitching just a little bit. It's not as bad as I've heard you glitch before, so it's not horrible right now. Oh,
wonderful.
I was like, you just glitched us right off the stage.
Oh, I don't like us.
I don't like us on the bottom either because I was like, where the hell we go?
Am I gone?
No, you're here. You're here. I thought you glitched us. You glitched us to the bottom, and I don't like us on the bottom. I was like, where the fuck do we go?
I don't like the bottom.
I don't like the bottom either.
I've changed computers right off rip. Fuck.
Stop, Mike.
I really don't want to change at the beginning of the live. Oh, is it going to load? I may end up changing computers. Let me get the other one up and running so that way if I have to change computers, it's a seamless transition.
Arctic, what's up, brother? From another mother. Glad you made it safe and sound and are back from the show. Hi, Drifty. Hi, Stormy.
Okay. This is going to piss me off. Off.
Warm is peace.
Thank you.
You're good.
My internet's been, but give me just a second.
Okay. Please hold. Hurry back, Paula. Love you too, sweetheart. Molly, I made that a while back. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your patience.
No, it did not. Management still has fleas and ticks or whatever they have. So, and yeah, I'm not bothering management right now. Me and management are in a different boat. We're in the same boat right now. So, yeah. Yes, Molly, you should. Please do. I like those.
Am
All
I any
because
better?
You are.
Can you hear me?
You're
Oh,
fabulous, my love. You're fabulous. Fabulous, I'm saying. Talk to me again.
okay. Perfect. Because I really didn't want to change computers, but is it still fabulous?
Yes.
Perfect. So it'll load this time because it looks like the other computer's not gonna load at all. Yay for swamp signal. I hate this state. I hate the top state. All right. Let's try this again. How my key in the house? Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Molly said I definitely better. I agree, Molly. Hello. Glitch the matrix. Sorry. So sorry.
Okay, now you're
Some
glitching just a
nights I
little
just
bit.
feel like if I was to run out here and plug the internet into it, better luck. You're gonna eat. I haven't eaten a Pop Tart in forever.
Hey, Crumb
Let's
Curious.
see.
Good evening.
Am I still glitching out?
Talk again.
Am I
You
still
said,
glitching out real bad?
No, you're okay right now.
Okay. Just know you're all appreciated. Apparently, I'm not going to be able to pull up everybody's comments because my computer hates me, the internet hates me. Everything just decided to go to shit right when I went live. So we'll try to get through this first article and see if the computer perfect computers. No, it says internet. Okay, it says I learned the truth behind my hometown's devilry.
You're glitching again.
Warning: this post contains mentions murder, rape, and other topics. It's an automatic trigger warning if you found your way to this page. This is going to be a mother.
Having a little technical difficulty, guys. Swamp signal. Sunday Doodles, please be respectful of Crime Curious when she comes in here. Thank you.
Is that any better?
Yes, that is much better.
Okay, so again, again, I've always been a fan of the spooky and the abnormal. I mean, who doesn't enjoy reading a story, especially urban legends? As in the abandoned at the end of the street that seen on the side of the road and like over your town's like. For me, my urban starts where I grew up, right here in my hometown of Port St. Lucie, Florida. The sign above
Mom, hang on one
says,
second. Mom,
"Keep
hold on.
Port St. Lucie beautiful," but this town has a very ugly and tragic event befallen it. One that has spawned into fictitious urban legends that always changed as I grew up. Let me start by taking you to the infamous Oak Hammock.
Oops, Mom, just everybody needs to be respectful in chat. Crime Curious comes in here often, and Mom does respect her very much. Mom just got yeeted off a chat, too. No, Crime Curious student, please don't step away. You're fine. You're not part of the problem. Everybody just needs to, Sunday, you just need to be respectful, please. This is Mom's channel, and she thinks the world of you, Crime Curious. Oh, okay, Crime Curious. Lisa Joe, that's what we love about you, your honesty. Nobody's answering the white phone right now, Mikey. Mom took the white phone with her when she fell off the porch. Well, if she brings it back when she comes back, we'll answer the white phone when she comes back. But we ain't answering the white phone right now because Mom took it with her. Molly, I fell off a porch a time or two in my day.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you're back. I had left a little message for
Okay,
you in
let's
back
try
chat, but you
this.
won't be able to see it now.
No, I won't because I booted myself completely. Well, no, actually, my internet booted me completely off of the stream,
You got
which is
yeeted.
always when you get booted off your own damn stream.
But I did handle the.
Yes, it was buffering. Thank you guys so much.
But I think I handled
Thank
the
you
issue.
for keeping everybody. And thank you guys for sticking. You handled an issue. Gina Bina
Yes.
76, welcome in. I don't know why it's not. Crime Curious, thank thank you for being here, honey. Lurking and working. I'm sure I missed your comment up here since I got kicked the hell off stream. So I probably missed a whole lot of comments. What I'll probably do is once it decides to stop, yeah, Mom knocked herself off the front porch. Y'all out on the ground looking up at the swing, watching it swing. I might be commando, Mikey. So I don't got blamers if you're talking to
Mikey,
me.
we still can't. Hi, Wisdom. We still can't answer
What's
the
going
white phone.
on?
We got to wait for Mom to settle down.
Don't want to be a part of the problem. I'll step away.
You need to read up further than that when you can.
I can't even see the chat.
Oh. I'll put it in back channel.
I can't see the chat. I don't know what
Can
the
you
hell
see
is
back
going on.
chat? Can you see back chat?
No, I can't see anything.
Oh. Hope your head feels better soon, Wisdom. Sorry, I couldn't mute. Oops. Well, she got yeeted again. So, here we are. I gotta send this.
Ow. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay, I was on the echo train there for a minute.
Are you echoing? It's probably because my mic's too close to my laptop. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. All right, welcome back to my own live. Here we go. See if
Welcome
this
back
doesn't
to the
work a little
channel,
bit better. I
Mom.
still can't. Right? Much better now. Oklahoma, I still cannot see what the hell happened. I don't know what the hell happened, but if I'm curious if you can still hear me, you're welcome here. I was being booted from my own channel, so I don't even know what the hell took place.
I do. I will. I'll tell you. But I told the other party that they needed to be respectful and that Crime Curious was very respected here and that they needed to be respectful. Can you see back chat
Crime
now,
Figures, I
Mom?
hope you're still here.
She said she was going to lurk and work.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. I'm going to shortly address this, and I'm going to get back to the subject on topic tonight. Crime Curious is a good friend of mine and a good friend of the channel. So whatever happened, let's shove it in our back pockets and let's learn about the devil's tree respectfully. Please and thank you. There's still an echo. What about now, Dago? Is there still an echo? I do need a higher rail on the porch, Molly. Apparently I need like a freaking one of those playpens with the high walls on it. Okay, I'm good now. Perfect. All right, so let's try this again. Now I'm down to one screen, so it's going to be a little weird for a few minutes while I get this all pulled together here. So again, I appreciate everybody's patience, and I apologize for the snafu with me falling off my own damn stream, which is always fun when you live in Florida. You never know what's going to happen. Naked men running down the beach, falling off porches, all the things. Okay, so it looks like none of my links loaded. This one did, so we'll start out with it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I would like to donate Mom a pack and play. Please contact management. I can hear an ass. All right. Let's see if this computer likes it a little better.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
See if we can do the damn thing. Oh, looky there. I be down.
I be damn.
I be damn, you be damn, we all be damn. Okay, so I can't see chat for a few minutes. I won't be able to see chat for a few minutes, so. Sorry, guys, it takes just a minute to get everything like I want it. Okay, I learned the truth behind my hometown's legend, the devil's tree, and the true crime is horrifying. Well, we already knew true crime was horrifying, so we can all relate to this guy. Warning, this post contained mentions of murder, rape, and other sensitive topics. As I was saying when I was glitching out, if you've found your way to this channel, this is a true crime channel. I have my handout trigger warnings. If you saw the banner, it is plainly a giant banner of blood, gore, a creepy looking guy with a machete lurking in the bushes, the whole 9 yards. So I've always been a fan of spooky, abnormal. I mean, who doesn't enjoy reading up on a good scary story, especially urban legends? All right. Every town has an urban legend. The abandoned house at the end of the street that's haunted. The ghost girl seen on the side of certain back road. Explain lights over your town. For me, my urban legend starts where I grew up. right here in my hometown, Port St. Lucie, Florida. The sign above says, "Keep Port St. Lucie beautiful." But this town has a very ugly and tragic event befall it. One that spawned in fictitious urban legends that have always changed as I grew up. Let me start out talking to you about the infamous Oak Hammock Park. Now, as a Florida man, I grew up hearing all kinds of wild stories about this park. I'm a Floridian, though. We've seen it all, right? None of the pictures are loading, so I apologize about that. Well, not exactly. You see, all these stories revolve around a single oak tree found in the belly of this park. The seemingly fabled tree adopted the name that fits its dark past, the Devil's Tree. When I was a kid, the legend and completely untrue story went something like this. Long ago, a girl went into the woods at night. Two men described as versions of gang members, Satanists, raped and killed her and hung her body from one of the large tree branches that was found by police. More rumors circulated about how the murder's satanic rituals were done at the tree, including burning the tree, devil worshipping, and animal sacrifices. This, however, is not the case, so I dove into the reported facts in the real case, and the true crime behind it is so shocking. I had to visit the park myself. Here is how the infamous Oak Hammock Park, now Oak Hammock Neighborhood Park, looked when I got there, unassuming and like any other park. After passing the playground, I made my way to the park's trails to find supposedly a haunted tree that I had visited about a decade ago. Some of the trails, something out of horror. Because surrounding trees were really closed in on the trails to make them virtually and darkened tunnel. As you can see below at the end of this trail. Oh, none of the pictures are loading. I arrived at the rumored Devil's Tree exactly when I remembered it, and it was the awe of sheer size and massive oak tree that towered over everything. I can't understand the overall width of this oak tree versus others found in Florida. I felt so out of place and haunting that I found myself just staring at it. What is this tree called, Craig? No, the big oak tree that you have to get the license to cut them down. What's it called?
Live oak. It's a live oak.
A historical oak.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. I can't understand the overall width of this tree versus others found in Florida. I felt myself out of place and haunting that I found myself staring at it. Keep in mind, this is 100-degree Sunday morning in Florida, but where the tree is located, it is almost fully covered in its own shadow via its branches and surrounding trees. Some rumors about the tree are true, like the bark appears burned and covered in marks that make it look not only crispy, but something out of the Conjuring movies. There was even a big knot on the tree's trunk side that little pentagrams filled into it. Being honest, though, I marked this down as goofy teens carving into a tree. There was even a knocked down structure about 20 yards off the trail, probably just an old bathroom, and showing signs of potential people that might have stayed there. That was a red flag for me to head out. So I went back home and I did some research. Here's the truth behind the urban legend. There was very real victims in this true crime. Susan Place and Georgia Jessup were killed in 1972, and the remains were buried in the Oak Hammock Park by their killer. Police linked the murders to one man. The killer was Gerard John Schaefer, the former sheriff's deputy of Martin County, Florida. Schaefer is believed to be linked to at least the deaths of at least 26 girls and women. It is believed that he would lure them with his badge to proceed to kill them, to tie them to the tree, kill them, violate them, and dispose of their bodies. Just 2 months before the discovered murders of Place and Jessup, Schaefer abducted Nancy Trotter and Paula Sue Wells in his squad car to teach them a lesson about hitchhiking. which there were no laws against at the time. And he tied them to trees. Thankfully, they managed to escape, and then they reenacted the incident for his sentencing.
Welcome in, Klein.
Author Keith Rommel, an expert in the subject, spoke to CBS 12 and described as a detective who compared Schaefer to the infamous serial killer Ted Bundy and said Schaefer made Bundy look like a Boy Scout. Schaefer was killed in prison by a fellow inmate. There are conflicting reports behind motivation, but the one thing is confirmed. He was stabbed to death multiple times in the face. I mean, in my opinion, that sounds like a viable, I don't know, jailhouse justice. Nobody has to agree with that. Just
I think it sounds like jailhouse justice.
Personal opinion. I believe it was very appropriate. Another weird curveball to the story. There might be 2 trees. Oh, look, our pictures are loading now. We'll scroll back up and look at all the pictures, and I'll tell you guys.
Ooh, scary man.
Another weird curveball. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, ain't he a keeper? That's one you take home to mama. Don't take serial killers home to mama.
No, don't take serial killers home.
Public service announcement. Public service announcement. Please do not take serial killers home to your mother. All right. Oh, look at there. Let's dox myself. That's great. It's not hard to find who I am if you look for it. Okay, so here's the tree. I'm multitasking here. I'm going to try to get some of these other links sent to my Discord so I can pull them up on this computer. After all of this, I found it interesting that growing up with this urban legend, especially as a kid without internet access at will to research, this story of a killer cop who was perceived by many as the works of a cult or gang members. Sometimes the truth behind urban legends is a lot scarier than the ghosts and goblins. Isn't that the damn truth? Did your town have an urban legend? In the comments below, share your urban legend and there is any truth behind it. Well, we're not going to do the comments below, but if you have an urban legend that you would like to share with everybody in the chat, as long as it will load, I'll be more than happy to tell your urban legend. All right, let me pop back over here for a second while I get some of these loaded into Discord. All right, what we got going on here? We got Klein in the house. Welcome, Klein. We got Wisdom in the house. I don't think I said hello to you. I probably missed a whole lot of people. Brian said, boo, spooky. Dago, I'm down. Hope that sounds like bowel issues. What the hell? I don't know what the hell I missed there. Is something going on? Mangoes will help if you're having trouble pooping. Yes, Port St. Lucie is where the Devil's Tree is located. Port St. Lucie. The story is going to get way creepier once we get into some of this other stuff too. I'm trying to pull up all the things that I had ready for you guys that decided that the internet was going to fool us.
Damn,
fooled us again.
Dandy's got chicken tacos, and she didn't bring any for everybody.
Chicken tacos?
And she didn't bring enough for everybody. The hell?
Port St. Lucie is a cool beach town, little beach town, bunch of old snowbirds, good fishing. Don't you even comment on fishing. Don't dox me. I think I said hello to you, my love. Butterfly Kisses in the house. And Walt Harris is in the house. Dago, did you get Walt's email? Could have been in Discord to do. Wrap and drop safe. All right. So I think I got all of these over to the other side. To the other side. That sounded creepy too, didn't it? We're going to get it all over here on the other side so I can pull all this stuff up for you guys. Normally I'm more prepared than this. If you're new to the channel, you know that I'm generally a hell of a lot more prepared than this. So I apologize ahead of time for not being prepared and having midstream once again to switch computers. But I appreciate everybody for your patient support and all the things, because hell, tonight I may end up having an emotional outburst. It's been one of those days. Watch, I be damned if everything ain't gonna want to load on this other computer. It's gonna piss me off. Piss me off. Turn my camera off. Miss T, welcome in, honey. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. I'm sure I missed you whenever it was the whole fiasco of Mom falling off the porch and all the things. Okay, now we're going to pull up this next article. Pull this next one up, share, and again, I won't be able to see chat for a few minutes. The Devil's Tree in South Florida possibly linked to one of Florida's first serial killers. So, fun fact, in the state of Florida, you only have to kill 4 people to be a serial killer. All right. So, here's a good picture of the tree. That damn Spanish moss just makes it look creepy as hell. All right, and this is full credit to Wink. W-I-N-K. All right, and this was an older article, but I always like to do the different articles because you never know what's in one article that may not be in another article. As Halloween night approaches, we're past Halloween, but it'll be here in a few months, so we can pretend. Many are curious about haunted spots in South Florida. If you ever been to South Florida, it's scary down there either way, Halloween or not. All right, in Port St. Lucie, along Florida's east coast, there's said to be a place known as the Devil's Tree. The tree is said to be tied to one of Florida's first serial killers, according to CBS 12. In West Palm Beach, Gerard John Schaefer first surfaced as a serial killer in the 1970s as a former Martin County Sheriff's deputy. The Devil's Tree has a knot in its trunk about 10 feet off the ground in the shape, no, I don't want your damn notifications, of a goat's head with horns. Author Keith Rommel wrote a book about the Devil's Tree. He's done extensive research on the tree and as well Schaefer himself. Rommel believes that it's the second tree is where Schaefer actually tortured and killed his victims. This was the ideal place to take them because no matter how loud you screamed, nobody's coming for you, said Rommel. Especially when somebody dressed as a sheriff's deputy was near. He was a sheriff's deputy. So he killed. He killed a lot. Schaefer received 2 life sentences in 1973 for the killing of 2 teenage girls, Susan Place and Georgia Jessup. Upon searching his home, law enforcement recovered jewelry, teeth, and personal items belonging to the women. They believe Schaefer also killed before being killed by another inmate in 1995. Schaefer spoke of killing more than 30 women and girls. The detective that was diagnosing his behavior and the killings that said that in comparison to Ted Bundy, he made Bundy look like a Boy Scout. He was very, very mean and evil. Rommel wants some of the other cases to get attention so that the family of Schaefer's possible victims can have closure. Oh, look, there's Rex Herman. He's another piece of shit. All right, sidetracked, y'all. It happens. Let's pull up the next one.
That's a feat, making Bundy look like a Boy Scout.
That's what I'm saying. This motherfucker was scary. Scary. It was Walt Disney World parking lot story at 11. Welcome, Exotic. Leslie and Billy, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Leslie.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Peggy, thank you for being here. I'm sure I missed a bunch of people. I apologize. I don't mean to miss people. You guys usually know that I'm on top of the chat because I enjoy interacting with the chat. Without you guys, I would not be here. And this is your trigger warning for the night. Content intended for adults, graphic content and trigger warning. That's in every live Nightbot drops it just in case, because you never know what the hell we're going to be talking about over here on the front porch. All right, the next one we're going to go to is Boca Magazine. Boca is actually a really pretty place, and there are iguanas everywhere. Side note, when it gets cold, the iguanas do fall from the trees. And they have been known to severely injure people. But too, sir, would you like to come over here and run the stream? Huh? Are you sure? Huh? You want to put your head in so everybody can see who's co-hosting over here in the background? Ghost co-host. Here, I'll turn the camera on.
Miami.
Come on over here. Come over here and stick your head in the damn camera. Right here. See the little green dot?
Look up Miami. Iguanas falling on heads in Miami. But okay, it's not Soviet. Yes, nice weekend.
Okay, so there's the ghost host that you guys can probably hear in the background because I'm using the fancy schmancy tonight. So we have a fancy mic over here. Tomboy, welcome in. Like you make has a lot of circular. Yep, Brown, we kind of fun things down here, don't we? Tomboy. Tomboy says she has family. Arctic says hi, Craig. Arctic says hi, Craig. He said, what's up? I'll never forget the first time I went to Boca. I pulled up in a Publix parking lot and got out, and there was a huge lizard everywhere. I thought someone left the door open to a pet store. That is freaking hilarious. That's funny as shit, Mike. Dago says, what's up, Craig?
Cheese to the dog. Cheese cat.
Is to pay the
Where's your
cheese
cheese,
tax. Dago said, what's up?
What up?
He said, what up?
Who's down?
It's 2:00. He's going to sleep. Told y'all he'd been partaking of the devil's lettuce. All right. Paranormal historian Mark Muncie talks the devil's tree. So here's another picture of the devil's tree. It's a creepy ass looking tree the way you look at it. In this web extra, our conversation with Florida paranormal historian and traveler Mark Muncie. Mark shares his favorite spooky story from southern Florida, a tale involving a grisly serial killer, a haunted tree, and some unlucky motorists. Take it away, Mark. Well, tonight you got Mom, not Mark. I'll be narrating for Mark. I think the Devil's Tree in Port St. Lucie is probably the scariest southern Florida story because it's got some reality, then folklore on top of it. It makes it incredible. It involves the tree in what we now know as Oak Hammock Strait Park. But back in the day, there was an old abandoned house next to this big oak tree. Okay, so the other article we read said it was a bathroom. This one says it was a house. So there may have been a house in the bathroom, but back then I would think there would have been an outhouse. Sorry, side note, ADHD. There was a man with 3 names, and doing all of his research, I learned that if the man had 3 names in any newspaper article here, either a politician, a serial killer, the name was B, serial killer. He was Sheriff's Deputy Gerard John Schaefer, and he liked to pick up hitchhikers and do what he called twelfers, where he would capture 2 of them and take them to this old abandoned house and then chain them to this tree out back. And then he would do terrible things to them, and he would make them decide which one dies first. Kill the one, and then he would do terrible things to the dead one so the other one would see what was going to happen to them after they died. And then he would kill them. He did this for years. Don't know how many he killed. Finally, he loses his job and he moves back with his mom a little further north. And he tries to do it again up there when he gets a new sheriff's job. Because he's unfamiliar with the place, his victims get away and they turn him in. He gets arrested for false imprisonment. And while he's on bail for that, somebody finds 2 bodies at the old tree. They piece 2 and 2 together, go up, search his mother's house where he was living, and find a shoebox full of trophies. They match some of the teeth from the bodies down there. He goes on the trail. He's convicted for 2. Goes on trial. He's convicted for 2 murders. They're convinced he's done more. They start researching it. While he's on death row for years, he starts pen-paling Ted Bundy and saying, "I've killed more than you." Who in the hell boasts to Ted Bundy, "I've killed more than you"? Maybe it was a bathroom the size of a house. I love that. His nephew is a gazillionaire concrete landscaping company. I'm adoptable exotic. Just saying. When the hurricane hit, I had one 6 foot hanging out from under my jet. Longest jump I ever took. A sidewalk with a hood crawled in the damn window. Y'all are scared of. Oh, come on now. They're just sweet babies. Mikey says, "Yo, Craig." He's stuffing his face now, Mikey. You hear me? Mikey from the vigil said, "Yo, Craig." He said, "What's up, man? You have iguanas falling on your head. Go inside and go back to bed. Bad weather in Florida." Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Iguana poop is the worst. Yep, orange groves. Exactly. Right, they link politicians with serial killers. Sounds legit. I'm with you, Dandy. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. She said, "Come on, I was from the PNW. Nothing gets that big there that crawls on the ground." That's freaking hilarious. Okay, back to our murder story here. They're convinced he's done more. Okay, I've read that. "I've killed more than you," but he never officially confessing, and actually writes a book called Serial Fiction, and it's all about if I'd done it, if I had killed these 80 people. All right, when they realize they need to talk to this guy some more, he gets killed by his roommate. He is stabbed 49 times, has his eyes gouged out. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I like this guy. But what's cool about the story, even though it's real terrible tragedy in the 1970s, is the tree has true history. People say the reason he did this wasn't because he was crazy. The tree made him do it. This tree is evil, and it drips black sap. And if you collect the black sap and use it for your satanic rituals, it will make your powers grow. So people would always see these cloak figures around the tree, collecting sap and doing rituals. So the town's like, "We need to do something about this. Let's cut this tree down." Now this is where it gets really interesting, guys. And this is why I called this the tree from hell. This part is super, super important about this creepy ass tree. Pacific Northwest. Thank you so much, Tomboy, because I was like, what the hell's the PNW? I'm not hip to the lingo. Okay. So the town's like, "We need to do something about this. Let's cut the tree down." So they hired 2 men to chop down the tree. They go in with their chainsaws. They break. They go into the car to get a replacement parts for the chainsaws. They get in a head-on collision and die. So the legend of the tree grows. So a couple of years later, it becomes the reason they died, is have bits of the tree from chainsaws in their trunk. So if you grab bits of the tree and put them in your car of somebody you don't like, they're going to get in a car accident, and it's the perfect crime. You can get away with it. Public service announcement, I'm not telling you to go and cut off pieces of this tree and put them in the trunk of a grifter. I mean, your enemy. The reason I know it happened was the lady that went and did that, but she got in a car accident and almost died because she was going to put the tree bark into the car of her husband, who had been cheating on her, but she got in a car accident, leaving the park with it. The legend grows even more. So now we have paranormal, serial killer, adultery, and the tree from hell. All right. So now the city buys the land and makes it a park. They steer people away from the tree with the pass to go to the park. They still try to kill the tree. They try to poison it. That didn't work. The big hole in the side of the tree where it was dripping, they fill with cement so that people will stop grabbing sap out of it and hoping the tree will die from the cement. But now it's grown around it and is an invulnerable tree trunk. It's never going to die. It's now got a cement trunk. You can still go there every time that we've gone. There's candle wax on the roots where somebody's done some ritual. People know how to get to it, but they don't just take the first turn. They take the second turn. It goes to the right. Now there's a beautiful housing development right there. And it's like, please do not do candle rituals at the tree. Just don't burn down the tree. There's little box turtles and other animals that live by that tree. Please don't burn it down. All right, what do y'all think so far about the devil's tree? Kimber, you still with me?
I don't think I want any part of that tree.
You don't want parts of that tree? You don't want to go shave you off some branches?
No, I don't think I want some branches off that tree.
Well, why not?
Because I don't
The
want to
tree might
die.
be good. Yeah, that'll hold up in court, right, Ardit? Don't be a sap, Brian. Look at Nandy. This tree is from Final Destination. Are you guys enjoying my theatrical reading? I try to do theatrical reading. That way it's not just a boring article.
Your theatrical reading is phenomenal.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure Justin's monkey would appreciate pieces of the tree to play with. Yes.
That
Yes,
monkey
yes.
that monkey is the sweetest baby.
Dun, dun, dun.
It deserved it.
Chat,
Alright,
what is our safe word? Does everybody know the safe word?
It's a maple tree and they won't stop tapping it. It's
Dandy's
sturdy.
waiting. Dandy's waiting for the next sap turn. Oh Lord.
You know that tree being an area possibly early settlers, including Cubans, etc. A lot of these early nationalities were into a lot of black magic kind of stuff. Cuban women and Puerto Rican women don't play. My daughter-in-law's Dominican. Let me tell you what, I love her to death, but I wouldn't fuck with her. Look at Miss Barbara coming in hot with the pineapples.
See, Miss Barbara knows what the safe word is. Miss Barbara knows the safe word. None of y'all other do. Miss Barbara's safe because she knows the safe word. None of y'all others, nobody else knew it. Miss Barbara does know the safe word.
Because Barbara knows the safe word.
She knows the safe word.
Okay, so this is a little bit different. This one's actually kind of cool. No, we're not allowing any kind of tracking devices. Sorry about your luck. Stormy says she doesn't have a safe word. My lord. I'm apparently not safe. Oh my lord, I love you guys. All right, let's get back to the devil at hand here. Da-da-ch. All right, this one it says it'll read it. Will this read it to us?
In the quiet old Hammond Park, there exists a tree that has more dubious intentions than one might first expect. It has been the site of numerous murders, bizarre sightings, and other strange activity. Locals have countless stories of the tree and warn others to never come near it after nightfall. Fortunately, the park has a strict curfew at sunset, disallowing any visitors hoping to experience its influence.
Well, I don't like the way she talks.
I didn't like that. She took away from my theatrical narrating.
She has no theatrical narrating at all.
I'm gonna reread that because I didn't like her.
No, we don't like her.
Quiet old hammock park, there exists a tree with more dubious intentions than one might first expect. It has been the site of numerous murders, bizarre sightings, and other strange activity. Locals have countless stories of the tree and warn others never to come near it after nightfall. Fortunately, the park has a strict curfew after sunset, disallowing any visitors hoping to experience its influence. And then you have the Oak Hammock Park, and then this is how you know it's serious shit is when Google has the Devil's Tree has its own mark on Google. And then apparently we can get down here and we can walk around and do all the things in the park. All right. Oh, it wouldn't let me roll.
Dandy, it's only an upside down pineapple that's not safe. So just yell right side up pineapple and then you're completely safe.
Oh my lord.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da. So this is a really pretty picture of the park. And there is the infamous serial killer.
Ew.
Look at that grin. That's just enough to make a girl run. Wouldn't it have been a shame if him and Aileen had come in contact?
Dude. Modern day Bonnie and Clyde.
Dude. Let me tell you, who do you think would have won? Y'all remember MTV, the claymation battles? Aileen Wuornos and Schaefer. Celebrity Deathmatch. Thank you, ghost host. Look at this guy. Y'all want to know something creepy that I haven't got to yet? I'm going to, spoiler alert, he was a teacher. I'm not even shitting you. He was fired, but he was a teacher. And the two girls that he murdered and buried under the tree, he was with the sheriff's office, and he actually called the sheriff and said, I messed up. I took two girls out there to teach them a lesson. And when I went back to look for them, their bodies were gone. I'm not even shitting you. Okay, so this is the Devil's Tree. It's another picture of the tree.
It looks like a friendly tree.
It does look like a friendly tree. Don't you want to hug it and go up?
No, not now that I know what I know. I can't unsee it.
Well, there's some human remains. It's always nice. And then these are some of the trophies that were found. But keep in mind, he was only convicted for 2. Look how many. You got teeth, bracelets, a wallet, charms.
That's some rosary beads right there.
Mm-hmm. So on a serious note, if you run across this live and you have a loved one that owned one of these pieces of jewelry back in the 70s, I would suggest reaching out to FDLE and let them know that you recognize one of these pieces of jewelry. Or this jacket, I'm assuming that's a jacket. Got a Roadrunner on there, beep beep, which would have been a popular car back then, would have been a Roadrunner. The cast of characters. Well, that's really small. So these are the two girls that murder charges were filed on. Wish I could make that bigger. Pull it up on the other screen here. Just a second, guys. And I'll read because I don't have my glasses, so I won't be able to
See,
read.
Dandy, that tree. See, the most friendly, charming can be the best at deceiving. Oh, what a beautiful tree. Let's have a picnic under this tree. You have a picnic under that tree, you're possessed.
You're
Don't
possessed.
do it.
Damn, Kimber just went all the way to you're possessed. Fuck it. You're possessed.
I'm telling you, you need a priest, you need exorcism if you have a lunch under that tree.
Oh, this sucks. I can't. It's like really blurry, so I apologize, guys. I can't read that to y'all. We'll see if I can't find a clearer version of it. It's a newspaper clipping. Here's some clothing. So if you recognize this clothing from one of your loved ones that possibly went missing in the early 70s. Oh, look at that. We even get to see his birth certificate. Ooh, that's kind of fucking weird. Some rope and stuff.
So this is, ooh.
He was all smiles.
He makes the hair on my arm stand.
What a cocky bastard. Ooh, I bet that's crime scene footage. Look at that cocky bastard. He's just all like, yep. I killed more people than Bundy. Hold my beer. Okay, so now we have some names here. The date 8/9 of 69. Lynn Helene Bondels. She was 25, murdered and raped in Miami. You have 18. Okay, so that's military. So it's 12/18 of 69. Carmen Haddock. She was 22. Same. These are all going to be the same. Murder, rape. That was in Fort Lauderdale. Belinda Hutchins. That name sounds familiar. Somebody's covered that case. That was April 1st of 72. January of 71, Barbara Ann Wilcox. That one sounds familiar too. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. January of 1971, Colette Goodenough. That one sounds familiar too. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 9/27 of 72, Susan Place, Fort Lauderdale. 9/27 of 72, Georgia Jessup. She was 16, Fort Lauderdale. Mary Briscola, 14, Fort Lauderdale. October 23rd of 72, Elsie Farmer, Fort Lauderdale. She was 14. See, how they gonna copyright this? You know damn good and well .com did not take that picture. That's dirty. How you gonna watermark something that ain't even yours? Mm-mm-mm.
I can tell y'all right now, there ain't gonna be a tree standing on this block in the morning, on my street in the morning. I'm gonna go cut down every tree.
Oh, shit. Let's see. Thank you, Arctic, for grabbing the links. They're in Discord. Thank you so much. You're awesome. He does kind of look like Gacy, doesn't he? It's creepy. What? Brian wants a steak, so creepy trees and murder makes Brian hungry. So, note to self. Why do I feel like this tree must be 50 Shades of Grey if we need a safe word? Shit.
Hey, 12 days, welcome in.
Sounds like they would have said RA said file folders. The most friendly, charming, and the best this evening. The tree turns into a jack-in-the-box. Might even have a smoked sage to be safe under that tree. We got sage up here in the right-hand corner. Look, Miss Barber is getting the hell out of here. She said, "The hell with this shit." The tree has Kimber worried. Beware of the guy who sends you flowers after one date, right? You might end up at the devil's tree. Thought he could hide behind that necktie, right? And that suave smile like Ted Bundy. We know what that ended up. 12 gauge. Hey, Mom, I hope you're having a great show. Well, it's a great show now, 12 gauge. 30 minutes in, I didn't have any internet, and Kimber was up here by herself. I fell off the front porch. It was a whole thing, but now we're on the MacBook, so it seems like all is well on the fancy computer. All right, the Devil's Tree. This oak tree, known as the Devil's Tree, is seemingly a normal tree in Port St. Lucie. However, it hides a sinister past and has been the site of multiple gruesome murders since the 1970s, cult activity, and attempted exorcisms by Catholic priests. One of the most interesting features of this tree is the fact that there have been several attempts to cut or burn it down, all of which that ultimately have failed. The tree shows markings and failed burnings and marks produced by chainsaws. Arguably, the most important information one can learn about the Devil's Tree is actually about a man. The man in question was named Gerard John Schaefer, a police officer and later a serial killer. Schaefer lived a terrible life. His childhood was filled with abuse and self-loathing. Schaefer suffered from gender dysphoria from a young age that some would argue was caused by his alcoholic father's policy of never beating Schaefer's sister. Because of this, Schaefer received the punishments meant for both himself and his sister whenever they were due. Schaefer began to experiment with his body by stealing women's clothing and wearing them in private. He would go on walks in the forest and secretly tie himself to a tree known as the Devil's Tree before beating or cutting himself. The obsession was a resentment and worship with the female sex, along with the fixation of the tree who would lead him to the center of the majority of his killings around it. Schaefer used his position as a police officer to lure young women back to this tree during the time period where hitchhiking was normal. He would then tie them up, sexually abuse them, and psychologically abuse them before finally killing them after he was finished, which sometimes it took days or weeks. He would keep the dead bodies around after a while before burying them at the tree, their ropes still attached. His downfall came when he called for dispatch during the middle of a double kidnapping because he was confident he had concealed his identity, so when he left for work, the women escaped and easily identified him, leading to his arrest. Okay, the basic backstory of the tree, as well as the exact location in the park. The tree's reputation began in 1977 when two girls' skeletons were found with nooses tied around their necks under the tree. The 2 girls were identified as missing persons, Colette Goodenough and Barbara Ann Wilcox, who had disappeared 4 years prior to their discovery. They had been brutally murdered, sexually exhausted by Mr. Schaefer, who was responsible for at least 30 more killings. Schaefer was no stranger to murder, as these victims were not his first and by any means only the most famous because of the tree. The Devil's Tree in Florida, the story behind the haunted tree. Phenomenal place. Assessed February 28th, 2020. That's a link, but it won't let us open it. The document focuses on entirely John Schaefer, the man who murdered the 2 girls buried at the base of the tree. Gerard was a police officer who used his position of power to lure the girls, usually in groups of 2, into a secluded place and then bind them before torturing and murdering them. This case was no different on the terms of victim selection, but it went a little differently with his other crimes. He started finding 2 teenage hitchhiking, offered them his badge. He then offers them a ride, and they, believing that he is a kind-hearted police officer, accept the officer as he drives them down to the tree, which happened to sit near the former spot of his house, and then binds them and tortures them and hangs them both 1 or more branches and kills them. After killing them, he decapitated their bodies and sexually assaulted the corpse before burying them 10 days later. And that just gives us links. And I'll include all these links in the description as well. Make sure I grabbed all of them that I wanted to share with you guys. And then, as always, I'd like to find a video to show you guys after we take a look at the horrible articles and things, because that's left out a lot of information. That didn't tell you guys that he was a teacher and he was fired from it, you know. But this really, like, this story really sounds a lot like BTK to me. Dennis Rader. Did anybody else get Dennis Rader vibes from that? Kimber. Kimba.
Yeah,
There ain't no way in
yeah.
hell she fell asleep already. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a while before I go sleep.
Poor Yes, Brian, I read the little blue thing, and we'll include Arctic's dropping the links to everything, all the source links, and I'll also put them in the description as well. Crime Curious says, I'm way behind, took a phone call. Okay, babe, just making sure you're okay. You're perfectly fine. Thank
So
you
glad
so
you're
much
still
for
here, Crime Curious. I do apologize for that.
You know you're a dear friend, and I'm honored to call you a friend, and you're welcome here. Jimmy Buffett used to nibble on his sponge cake under that tree. Oh Lord. What the hell, exotic. I'm back. I'm sorry I had to give Steve thanks for guest speaking at my True Crime Club. That's awesome. Is Mr. Steve supposed to meet me sometime for coffee this week? 48 minutes behind. I'm at 1.5. Exotic, he may be very flexible if he can nibble on his own cake. Facts, Arctic. Those are facts. How come we don't know this? Because, Brian, what we do here on YouTube, like if you actually do what this originally, so backstory on YouTube. YouTube was originally a dating site. A lot of people didn't realize that, but YouTube was originally made for a dating site. And I'm not going to plug in dating sites. You guys know what the hell dating sites are. And a father uploaded a video of his daughter. And that's when other people were like, you can upload videos, just like regular videos on here. What the hell? So then it turned into a platform where gamers like PewDiePie and Penguin and all your big gamers would stream their gaming on YouTube. And then you had like Slap Tam and Mr. Ballin, and I could do, the list goes on and on of people that decided to start a true crime genre over here. Kind of like about 2 years ago, Kick now has a true crime genre where they were mainly gaming and hacking and that kind of thing. So we are meant to be the bridge between society and mainstream media because there's a gap there. So we're supposed to be in the middle of this gap to pull the two things together. So you have to think, back in the 70s, you didn't have the interwebs. We didn't have the Googles and the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the Discords and the Snapchats, all the things. So this is a way where we can resurface, and that's why I'm really enjoying doing these older cases, is because of comments like this. A lot of people don't know that these stories happen. Granted, we have our own monsters that are current monsters in the days and times we live in now, but there were so many monsters way back in the day that some people may have never heard of. And also it gives other content creators a little bit of something where they could be like, oh, you know what? Mom covered this. You know, that might be an interesting story for my community, because a lot of us share the same communities, and then a lot of us share separate communities. Like people you see in here, you may not see at Dago's. People you see at Dago's, you may not see here. And people you see at Doodles, you may not see here at Dago's, because we all have different communities. So I hope you guys are enjoying bringing these older cases, the creepy, the paranormal, the satanistic, I guess. For real, at the tree, he buried those girls. Yes, he buried them. He buried 2 of them there. And then he left 2 of them hanging from the tree, and 2 of them got away, and that's how he got caught. It was a bagooger tree. I'm fully with you. Definitely BTK vibes. That's what I'm getting from an Arctic too, is like, you almost wonder if like, and I guess you don't really wonder, because we see this even now when these guys get caught or they do interviews, and gals too. I'm not just picking on the men, where they, you know, maybe they have like a serial killer that they looked up to, or they get put in jail and they're writing to a serial killer. Like, it's fucking crazy how often we hear that. I mean, seriously.
Fangirl.
Agrees.
Fangirl. Serial killer fangirls. They write to serial killers. They're obsessed. Like, yeah. Fangirls.
Yeah, no sheet, Mike. No sheet at all. I would not shoot you, for you are my favorite turd. $1800s Marie said, "No more jokes." No, you're fine. You're fine. If we don't lighten up the mood, then meh. I'm new to this channel. I'm starting to get the picture. It's going to be interesting. Popping into conversations midstream. Josh, I'm glad you're still here, hanging in here with us. Oh my God, my luck using YouTube for dating. I get matched with Pearl Boy. Oh my God, Arctic. I believe in mythology and folklore, and I do too. I do too. And the human brain is naturally scared of what they don't understand. So I even thought about one night, maybe if you guys would enjoy it, just to kind of break up the true crime monotony, the gore and the blood and guts and entrails and cannibals. I thought maybe one night we could do like dragons and fairies and things of lore. You know, I thought that would be kind of fun to do. Not the lore lodge, because I ain't into that kind of shit. I ain't that kind of girl. But I thought that might be fun if that's something that you guys are interested in doing one weekend. That we don't hear about things the past says since because it's not relevant these days, in my opinion. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, we love Josh. Josh is one of Mr. Steve's show enough. Mr. Steve's mods, and now has become an adopted friend to the channel. God forbid we mention Wade Wilson followers. Oh my Lord, Wade Wilson. Have y'all seen pictures of him? Have y'all seen pictures of him? He was really a good looking guy before he turned all freaking murderous, tattooed my whole face. And I'm covered in tattoos, so I'm not hating on anybody with tattoos. Believe that. I mean, I've got tattoos. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Dandy says, I have my very own dwarf. Love the boy. Love the boy. I miss talking to the boy in Discord. Wade Wilson, look, Josh is peeking through the zombie eyes. He was a stunning male before. I agree, Brian. He was very, very attractive. And I mean, I'm not like obsessed with serial killers. I mean, you guys know that I do have my issues with Jeffy. You can't beat them, eat them. But I'm not out, you know, I'm not going to like chop Craig up and do terribly nasty things to his corpse either. So there's that. I have threatened to tie him to a tree and pour honey over him and let the alligators and bears have their way with him. But that's a different life. And if I say that publicly, then they can't charge me for it because they'll never know I did it. Right? Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Okay, I was just making sure I was thinking right. Okay, one of these was really, really good. Was it this one? Yeah, this is the one. One of these was like really stupid the way it was put together. No disrespect to any creator, because I'm going to stream your content under fair use. But I want to make sure this isn't the one of... No, this was the super interesting one. So I like to read the articles. I like to kind of get you guys in the mood, knowing what we're talking about, knowing what we're looking at. And then I like to show a video. Full credit does go to the creator. It is under the ash tree. And we're going to use this video under the copyright law. What the hell does that say, Dago? Growl fluid lexi? I don't even know what the hell that means, sir. Did you fall asleep on your keyboard? Are you over there snoozy pooning it? Welcome in, Chris. Oh, Googer talk. Okay. I just had to make sure you didn't fall asleep on your keyboard. Look, Brian was even confused. Our very own Florida man. And we have Mikey. He's our very own Florida man. And then we have the ghost host. He's a Florida man. Thank you so much, Arctic. You're a rock star. And here's the link of the channel that we're going to share. Here's Brian's very own command and the Night of Bots. Mikey, if you're still here, I know you just got a wrench. This link will take you, or anybody that's a mod. This link will take you to the Nightbot commands. You're welcome to use them if you want to. You just click on that link. You can't make any changes to the Nightbot, so don't think you're going to screw anything up. And they're inside there. There's links to everybody's channels. And all the things.
Yes, Mikey finally got to answer the white phone.
No, I'm not taking it out, Brian. It will be there forever now.
Is what reliable, Chris?
Are they reliable? What, Nightbot? Nightbot's pretty reliable. But this is the link for anybody. I think anybody can click on it. You should be able to, but mainly if the mods want to, I have no issues with Nightbot. That's why Nightbot made your own thingy. So you're appreciated. You're welcome.
Work that Nightbot, Mikey.
The channels that you're referring to. The channel I'm fixing to play? Yeah, I've previewed the video. I always preview the videos before I show them to you guys. Because I don't want to pull up a video and then it end up being another not appropriate wrong song mom moment.
Yes, Chris, she previews the videos before she brings them to us.
Yeah.
They're very good, Chris. She previews the videos before she brings them to us.
Nightbot is mine. That's why he's such a, oh my Lord, dandy. Yeah, they're good. Thank you, Arctic. Yeah, I would never show you guys a video that I haven't watched myself because I take it very seriously what I do over here. And I wouldn't use somebody's content that's full of shit. You guys know I'm not a commentary channel. I'll tell you why I'm not a commentary channel. I don't review other creators because if I can't sit in your chat and I can't watch your live, I have no business playing your content on my live. I have 2 channels that I respect and love that do review other people's lives, and that is the only way I will give them a view of the shit channels I don't like is to support the channels I do like. But no, I would never play a shitty creator on here. No worries at all. No worry at all. Okay. But if you do want to watch a good call out channel that keeps it to the facts, subscribe to Nonsense. Her link's in Nightbot too. So, all right, moving on to the subject at hand. I don't want to get too far down a rabbit hole and end up on a rant. I've had a kind of a shit day and I don't want to.
Here, let me throw you the rope to come out the rabbit hole. Here's the ladder. Climb up the ladder.
AW crew. Right. Thank you, Arctic. Thank you for always being amazing. Oh, I started Roth Mini. It's dwindled to a few. Some people don't deserve views. I use my time wisely. And Dandy, I fully agree. I used to be subscribed to thousands of channels. And then, like I said, from halos to horns. All right, here we go. It's going to be good when you start out with the ring on the TV.
Hey guys, welcome and thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. This week we're discussing the Devil Tree, which was suggested by Melinda. On the surface, the Devil Tree, which is located in Port St. Lucie, Florida in Oak Hammock Park, is just a common oak tree that has stood firmly for 150 years or so. But it is anything but ordinary. This tree is rumored to be the site of paranormal and occultist activity due to the crimes of one man. Gerard John Schaefer created the horrible history behind the tree when he chose it to be his killing and burial grounds for his victims. Schaefer is considered the first serial killer in Florida history, despite only being officially charged with 2 murders. So not only will we be discussing the hauntings, but the lore, creating a little true crime paranormal crossover. I invite you to join me as we discuss the strange yet sad history behind Florida's Devil Tree. On March 26, 1946, Gerard John Schaefer Jr. was born in Wisconsin to his parents Gerard and Doris Marie Schaefer. He was the oldest of 3 children. Shortly after his birth, the family moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where he was raised for a good portion of his childhood. After his siblings came along, Gerard and his father's relationship began to falter. His father was an alcoholic who used Gerard exclusively as his punching bag. Gerard felt he'd received the brunt of mistreatment, especially when it came to his sister. His father chose to dote on her, which made Gerard hate the fact that he was born a man, causing him to develop gender dysphoria. He hated himself for being the disappointment of the family. Around the age of 12, Gerard got into some strange new hobbies, which included bondage, cross-dressing, and killing animals. This new interest in sadomasochism and bondage led him to start tying himself up to trees in order to inflict pain. By 1960, the Schaefers moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He attended St. Thomas Aquinas High School, which he graduated from in 1964, then went on to college at Florida Atlantic University, where he pursued a variety of degrees. Despite going to college, Gerard didn't find his calling until 1966. He was always raised in a Catholic household and felt he could make a difference by joining the priesthood. But this pursuit was short-lived. He was rejected from entering priesthood due to a lack of faith, and in response, Gerard renounced the entire Catholic religion. So instead, he chose to pursue a career in teaching, hoping to instill American values into the youth. But this endeavor ended as soon as it started due to his inappropriate behavior. His supervisor felt Gerard was imposing his own moral and political values on the students rather than biasly teaching the curriculum. Teaching was now out of the question. Gerard began searching for the pursuit of happiness when he met Martha Fogg.
And see, that's what I was telling you guys, is he was a teacher. Could you imagine this guy teaching your kids? Can I get a hell no? I wouldn't want this guy anywhere near my kids. And my kids were raised in Nashville. They're with little fuckers. But still. I wouldn't want this guy anywhere near my children.
The pair fell for each other and tied the knot in 1968. But much like anything else he tried to do, this fell through. Martha filed for divorce in 1970, claiming Gerard was extremely cruel to her. It wasn't long before Gerard was back in the dating scene when he met wife number 2. Teresa Dean and Gerard saw each other for a few months before marrying in 1971. Since Gerard couldn't be a priest or a teacher, he decided on trying law enforcement instead. He was turned down by several agencies before being picked up.
That looks like a Metro Nashville police car. I'm just putting it out there.
Yes,
Sorry.
it does.
That it to you?
Yes, it does. It looks just like a Metro Nashville police car.
Thank you, Arctic, for dropping Exotic's link. Everybody go sub up to Exotic. You now have 43 subs. And I will be binge watching. I'll be all up in your shorts after the live, ma'am. Mom's going to be in your shorts, Exotic. If you're not subscribed to Arctic's channel, please subscribe to his channel as well. And if you will, take the time, binge watch, and get up all in his shorts too.
I've been in Arctic shorts for a long time.
They're nice. Okay, restart your computer, Josh. We'll still be here. So far, we know that there was at least 30 of them, but before you got here, Chris, we learned that he wrote Ted Bundy and boasted to Ted Bundy that he had more bodies than Ted Bundy did. So honestly, there's no telling, you little shit. There's no telling.
Damn, Dandy. Look at what Dandy said. All up in your shorts like the crabs.
Well, I told you guys last time how to get rid of crabs.
She's killing me. Mom,
Hey, we try to keep it classy over here, Mike.
Yes, classy. Mike to the white phone. Mike to the please report to the white. He's wanted to hear Mikey to the white phone, so he's been waiting for that.
He has been waiting. Has he been waiting aimlessly? All right, here we go.
By a small police department called Wilton Manors in 1971. Gerard was fired after being with the Wilton Manors Police Department less than a year. He was using police databases to obtain female traffic violators' personal information in order to contact them and ask them on dates. Without a job once more and unable to gain employment with any of the local law enforcement agencies, Gerard decided to apply for a job with Martin County Sheriff's Department in nearby Stuart, Florida. He was employed with the department for less than a month before he would make a big mistake, one that would not only cost him his career, but his freedom as well. On July 21, 1972, while out patrolling, Gerard happens upon two teenage girls, 17-year-old Pamela Wells and 18-year-old Nancy Trotter. The girls were hitchhiking along the highway near the local beach when he stopped them. Gerard falsely told the youths that hitchhiking in Martin County was illegal and offered them a ride back to where they were staying. Rather than have the women break the law, Gerard offered to drive them to the beach the following morning when he would be off duty. But when the next day arrived, plans quickly changed. He drove the girls to a swampy area known as Hutchinson Island at the time, located off State Road A1A. Gerard held them at gunpoint, threatening to kill or sell them into prostitution if they made a move.
Maya knows how quality care can bring out a smile. Aspen Dental has a...
We don't want to hear about your quality care.
Out of the car
I
and taken
did,
to
but
the
thanks.
area
Now
where
I'll
the
never
street
know.
stands. It was here he tied them up to the tree, but before he could go any further, a call came through on his radio. He had an emergency he had to attend to and left the girls there, but promised he would return as soon as possible. This was the golden opportunity. During his absence, the girls managed to wriggle free of their bindings. They ran to the nearby highway where, as luck would have it, a passing police car picked the girls up. Gerard returns to finish the job but finds his victims are long gone. So acting out of desperation, he calls Sheriff Richard Crowder. He tells the sheriff he has, quote, done something foolish, unquote, and stated he was going to be very mad with him. Gerard explains to his superior he was trying to teach a pair of girls a lesson. He wanted to scare them into never hitchhiking again for their own good. He states he was overdoing his job by ensuring these girls were safe in the future. Of course, no one would believe such a tale, and Gerard was fired immediately and arrested on the charges of false imprisonment and 2 counts of aggravated assault. He was eventually released on a $15,000 bond. The trial for these charges took place in November 1972. He pled guilty to 1 count of assault while all other charges were dropped through a plea deal. He was sentenced to 1 year in county, followed by 3 years of probation. His sentence officially started in 1973. However, while awaiting trial, some very peculiar things happened. On September 27, 1972, 17-year-old Susan Place and 16-year-old Georgia Jessup vanished from Fort Lauderdale. Susan's mother explained the girls were last seen at their house before leaving with an older-looking man named Jerry Shepard. They were going to play guitar at the nearby beach, and her mother didn't think too much of it until the girls never returned. She did her due diligence, though. She notated the license plate number and took a good description of the car, which was a blue-green Datsun. The license plate number provided was traced back to Gerard Schaefer, who at the time was gearing up for his first incarceration. Gerard was questioned about these other two women but denied any kind of involvement. On April 1st, 1973, skeletal remains were found on Hutchinson Island by men collecting cans. Through dental records, police were able to identify them as the missing girls, Susan and Georgia. Both sets of remains showed signs of being tied and essentially butchered. This wasn't a coincidence. Police were sure based on method and location, they had enough to secure a search warrant for Gerard's home, which he shared with his mother and wife. On April 7th, police searched the home to recover a stash of women's jewelry, 100 pages of writing and sketches depicting mutilations and murders of young women, along with pieces of identification belonging to another two missing hitchhikers, Colette Goodenough and Barbara Wilcox, who were both 19 at the time of their disappearance. The two girls were last seen alive on January 8, 1973, a week before Schaefer was sent to jail for his assault charges. Their skeletal remains were found in early 1977 when their bones began to protrude from the ground beneath the devil tree, but no cause of death could be determined, so no charges were filed against him. Another clipping referred to the February 1969 disappearance of waitress Carmen Halleck, who was seemingly abducted from her home. Along with the news clipping, jewelry and a gold-filled tooth were identified as belonging to her, too. Pieces of jewelry.
Some of this jewelry is just beautiful, y'all.
Mom,
Like,
was there a pair of blue jeans?
I
Was there a pair of blue
Okay.
jeans? Was there a pair of blue jeans?
I think it was a blue jean jacket.
Did it have like a butterfly or something on it? A butterfly, a
It was an
flower,
owl,
something.
and I can back it up.
Okay.
Ma'am, all you have to do is holler at me and tell me to stop.
Well, I just glanced because I'm going to blow your damn mind in a minute.
Okay. I like my mind getting blown.
To another two missing hitchhikers, Colette Goodenough and
This one?
Is that a blue jean jacket?
I think
That's
it's
not-
a jacket.
Okay. When they said that he reported to his captain that he had done something bad because two of the girls got away, and he had to report it to his captain. He picked these girls up. They were hitchhiking. They had come from somewhere far away, and they were hitchhiking. So he claims he picked them up. I saw this on ID. He claims he picked them up because he was trying to teach them a lesson that hitchhiking was dangerous.
Right.
And he took them out there. I saw it. He had them like, he had a noose around their neck and they were like standing, but they managed to get away because I think he came back to shoot them, but they managed to get away.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. It was on Investigation Discovery.
So you remember this?
It wasn't about it wasn't about the devil's tree, but it was about him.
Oh.
It was about him because when they said when he said he was trying to teach them a lesson, I remembered he picked up the two girls that survived. He picked them up because they had hitchhiked down to down the Miami Beach area, warm sun, sand, and he picked all the things and he had picked them up to try to teach them that it was dangerous to hitchhike.
Yeah.
And he did this to try to show them that it was dangerous to hitchhike, and that he took them out in the woods to try to acting like he was showing that it was dangerous to hitchhike. Yeah, and he almost killed them, but they escaped. Totally remember it.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, and that's why I love doing these. So you thought you didn't know, but you did know. Isn't that crazy, y'all? She thought she didn't know, but she knew. She
Yes,
knew.
the frosted jeans. Okay, frosted jeans. Okay, Mikey. But see, one of the mothers of one of the girls, I can't remember which mother it was, but she said that when her daughter went missing, she had like a something on her blue jeans. That's why I asked you to back it up, because I just saw I caught a glimpse of that, and there was something on her blue jeans.
So it might have been blue jeans, but it just the way that it looks to me, that might be blue jeans.
But she said there was something, and it could be a jacket, it could be a vest, but there was something on her blue jeans. That looks like a jacket, but there was something like that flower, that Roadrunner. There was something on her jacket and on her something about a blue jean and the jacket and that Roadrunner,
Finding evidence.
Those things, yeah. I'm like, boof.
Let me see if I can't find an evidence list while we listen to this, and we'll see if we can't. Because sometimes in those documents,
but it was the mother. Because see, I remembered when the part where the mother, the one that went to play the guitar on the beach and stuff, and they were picked up by the older man in the blue car, and she took the mother didn't like the idea that her daughter was going, and they took the license plate. She took down the license plate. I remember that from the ID from the investigation discovery show too. Yep.
I'll be damned.
They're my doodle.
Doodlebug.
Doodlebug. And I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember it.
You remember it?
I remember it.
She remembers it. See, that's why I like going back to these older cases, man, because sometimes you think you don't remember, but you do remember. I've been wanting to do this for well over a year now, back before he had his wreck. Like, we were literally going that weekend to get boots on the ground footage of the tree, and then he ended up having his wreck.
And as y'all can tell, I watch a lot of investigation discovery. That's what I watch after I get off here.
Well, the bartender that I interviewed the other day at Winter's Pub in Daytona, when I went to film the Eileen stuff, like, I had such a good time interviewing her. I didn't film it. I should have. I didn't think about it. But like, it was so cool to interview her, and she was so excited, and like, me and her were talking, and she, I was like, well, you go to sleep to 911 calls, and she laughed, and she was like, other people do that? And I was like, yeah, honey, a lot of us true crime podcasters, creators, whatever the hell you want to call us, you go to sleep to like ID discovery or 911 calls, or that's just, you find yourself doing that. And
I watch it all day sometimes.
You watch it what?
I watch it while I'm at work.
Yes, this was the 70s.
I watch it while I'm at work. I watch investigation discovery while I'm at work.
Yeah, thank you, Arctic. Shag carpet and yellow home phones.
Doodle, what's my bean doing?
Pea green mix, that's my jam.
What's my little bean doing?
The detective that was diagnosing his behavior in the killing said that he was in comparison to Ted Bundy. He made Bundy look like a Boy Scout. He was very, very mean and evil. Absolutely, Josh. Yeah, and then we also learned earlier in the live reading the articles that he actually wrote Bundy and was like, I killed more people than you. So he was And we looked at pictures of him too. He was a cocky son of a bitch. Like he was literally like, hold my beer, look what I did, fucker.
Well, come here, Doodle. Oh, he won't go to bed. I'm hungry, gotta poop, need a hug. Oh, bless his heart. I'm thirsty, can't sleep. Well,
Can
if
I
he's
use those excuses?
well, tell him if he's thirsty and he drinks, he won't be able to sleep because then he'll have to pee.
But he might be thirsty.
But then she'll get him to bed and he'll go, Mama, I gotta pee.
But he might be thirsty.
Mama.
He might be thirsty.
He's such a funny guy. He's so sweet. Oh, he does play her like a fiddle. I've heard him. He's just boom, heartstrings every time. But he's so smart.
I live
He's
close enough
he's
to
so
the
funny.
Space Coast that you can see the rockets go off. And I sent him an exclusive video of a rocket one day.
Oh, that's cool. Denim. Who had on the? I need to know who had on the denim clothing. That will probably
All right, let me
ring
see if
my
I
bell
can.
a little. Ring my bell a
Let me see
little
if
bit
I
more
can
too.
I'm
I'm
gonna see-
sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt the whole live by saying I knew who this was, but
No, you're fine.
I remembered this.
That's the whole point of commentating is stopping, discussing, answering questions, doing all the things. So don't be sorry that we stopped to answer a question by any means at all.
I think it may have been that road runner that stood out. There's something. There's just something that stood out. But that may have belonged to Molly. But it was one of the girls.
Shit, I'm using the wrong mouse to try to open the wrong damn computer.
Well, thank you, Mikey. Give me a thumbs up.
Let's see which one was it.
No, I'm not live also, Doodle. We're not dual streaming.
Doodle, you know, if you ever want to run any of this on your channel, you always are welcome to come up and dual stream, babe. The stuff that I do over here, sometimes it gets out of hand and we might end up in a dirty rabbit hole. Didn't one of these damn links have the documents on it? Here, I'm going to let this play and I'm going to look for these documents.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing a link for documents.
Barbara Wilcox, who were both 19 at the time of their disappearance. The two girls were last seen alive on January 8, 1973, a week before Schaefer was sent to jail for his assault charges. Their skeletal remains were found in early 1977 when their bones began to protrude from the ground beneath the devil tree, but no cause of death could be determined, so no charges were filed against him. Another clipping referred to the February 1969 disappearance of waitress Carmen Halleck, who was seemingly abducted from her home. Along with the news clipping, jewelry and a gold-filled tooth were identified as belonging to her, too. Pieces of jewelry belonging to Lee Handlines Bonadines, who disappeared in September of 1969, was also discovered. She was Gerard's neighbor when he was a teenager. Her skeletal remains were finally recovered in 1978, but due to not being able to determine cause of death, he received no charges. Lastly, more jewelry was recovered, which linked him to the disappearance of 14-year-old Maria Briscolina and 13-year-old Elise Farmer, who disappeared from Broward County in October of 1972. Their skeletal remains were also discovered in early 1973, but with the lack of cause of death, it could not be proved he murdered them. The suspected victims list grew and grew, with investigators believing he could be responsible for 30 missing persons. Despite suspicion and circumstantial evidence, investigators could only definitively charge him with 2 counts of murder. On May 18, 1973, Gerard was indicted for the slayings of Susan Place and Georgia Jessup. In October of the same year, he was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder and received 2 life sentences. Gerard tried numerous appeals, close to 20, but all were rejected. After rejected appeals, he tried to send numerous lawsuits to true crime writers who called him a serial killer. However, these 2 were tossed out. The courts felt he was in fact branded a serial killer due to him being undeniably linked to many murders beyond the 2 he was convicted for. On December 3, 1995, Gerard Schaefer was found dead in his cell. Reportedly, another inmate named Vincent Rivera barged into the cell and murdered him. He revealed no particular motive, but in 1999, he received an additional 53 years on top of his life plus 20-year sentence for a double murder he committed in Tampa. It was believed his death was likely due to Gerard becoming an informant, since seemingly confidential information regarding other inmate crimes always seemed to end up in the prosecutor's lap. Gerard Schaefer was suspected of killing dozens of young women across South Florida, and unfortunately for the families of these victims, the truth of what happened to their loved ones died with him. Officially, police believe Gerard is responsible for the deaths of these women and girls. Nancy Leichner, age 21, Pamela Nader, age 20. The women disappeared in 1966 from Ocala National Forest. Their remains have not been recovered. Lee Hanlon Bonadies disappeared on September 8, 1969. Her remains were discovered in 1978 and later identified in 2004. Carmen Marie Halleck, aged 22, disappeared on December 18, 1969 from Broward County. Her remains have never been discovered. Belinda Hutchins, aged 22, disappeared on January 5, 1972. Her remains have never been discovered. Peggy Rand, aged 9, and Wendy Stevenson, aged 8. The girls went missing on December 29, 1970 from Pompano Beach. Susan Place, aged 17, and Georgia Jessup, aged 16. The girls disappeared on September 27, 1972 from Fort Lauderdale. Their remains were discovered on April 1, 1973. Mary Alice Briscalina, aged 14, and Elsie Lena Farmer, aged 14. The girls disappeared on January 17, 1973 from Pompano Beach. Mary's remains were discovered on February 15, 1973, while Elsie's were discovered on January 17, 1973. Colette Goodenough, aged 19, and Barbara Ann Wilcox, aged 19. The girls disappeared in early January 1973. Both of their remains were discovered in January of 1977. Since the death of Gerard Schaefer and the discovery of his devil tree.
Okay, so the jacket was not a jacket. It is a crime scene photograph of jeans worn by Georgia Jessup.
Okay, Georgia. How old was Georgia Jessup?
Shit, Kimber.
Sorry.
Damn it, woman. Georgia Jessup. We just read her. She was 16.
Okay. So she was one of the ones I think that was going to the beach.
Fuzzy Puff. I can't say I'm very sensitive to serial killer information at night before sleeping, but wanted to say hello and wish you a good evening, Minded Monsters. Thank you, Fuzzy Puff. I totally understand, honey. Thank you so much for popping in. You know I appreciate you, Fuzzy. For those of y'all that don't know, Fuzzy is an amazing advocate, a great human being. And I totally understand. Self-care comes before anything else. Please come back. Tomorrow we won't be doing serial killer. We'll take it a little lighter approach tomorrow night. Go ahead, Kimber.
I think Georgia Jessup was one of the ones that was going to the beach.
I don't know. I'm gonna pull up this.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm just
fine.
derailing the hell. I'm just derailing the hell out of everything. Mike, if you give me another thumbs up and make another snark comment, me and you are going to fight. Where you at? Mikey to the white phone. Where you at?
All right. After this article is over, or after the article, after this damn video is over, I'll read this other.
I'm fixing to whack Mikey with my wrench, and he gonna whack me back with his wrench. Me and Mikey can.
What did Mikey do?
He was snarky.
That was a comment on my favorite pastime, fishing.
You know, because he's a smart ass. Now he's hiding
Mikey.
because he knows I'm on to it. See, was it summoned? See, you were summoned, Mr. Snarky.
Dago. You stop it, Dago. Right,
I'm
the
glad you
vintage
heard me.
jewelry.
Did you have to tell me you were in the bathroom, Mikey? Stop it. Oh,
That was not
Mikey.
comment. What are you
No
two
more
doing?
calling you to the. I hope you washed your hands before you picked up the white phone.
I have a true crime playlist on. I have my earbuds on while I sleep. See, Molly. No, Kimber's
Mikey.
It's a dilemma. Avoid Wawa, get sleeper drink, stay up too long, watch true crime.
Hey, you're not supposed to be that honest. I don't need to know when you're going to the pooper. Good. I'm glad you're hand washing, freak. Don't touch the white phone without washing your hands.
Did he really? Oh, Doodle, that's awesome. The next time one goes up, I'm gonna get him more footage. I thought he would enjoy that. Y'all should have seen me run into the backyard to get in between the trees so I could get the boy footage of the rocket going up.
Oh, I'd have paid money to see that footage.
I'm sure you would, you shithead.
Oh, you know I would have paid money to see you running through the backyard to get in the trees. Oh, yeah.
I'd be sitting out there watching for them because they go up at random times. Because I used to have the notifications that would come across my phone let me know that SpaceX was launching a rocket. But I don't know what happened. I haven't got my notifications in a while. But I thought that was cool. I thought he would enjoy that. So I wanted to
yes, Mikey, we love you. I love you too, Mikey. Much love to you too.
For Doodle's boy.
Just not while you're in the pooper.
Footage.
Oh, he's obsessed with NASA and presidents.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait till we get the car fixed because me and Craig talked about it. And we're going to go back over to Kennedy Space Center. And I'm going to get him a bunch of footage of Kennedy Space Center and all the things that are inside there for him. And I'll get him a bunch of pictures too.
Oh, he would love that, Mom, especially like the front, that in the grassy area where they got the whole thing there. You know the thing I'm talking about.
What the hell are you talking about?
Why you gotta ask?
The thing in the front yard.
Not not at the Kennedy Space Center with JFK's face on it and all that stuff there on that hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. He'll love that.
I'm gonna get him a bunch of stuff. Look here.
I want you to run. I want you to run and get it. And I want Craig to film you running.
Oh, you want me to run and get it?
I want you to run, and I want Craig to film you running.
Well, somebody better fucking film him making sure I got my damned inhaler if y'all want me to run. Getting old, the struggle is real. All right, let's finish up this here bit show. It's not much longer left on it, guys.
The area has become a place of legends. Before Hammock Park was created, several attempts were made to cut down the old oak with the dark past, but all were unsuccessful. Anytime chainsaws were brought near the tree, they would unexpectedly stop working. Park officials attempted to chop it down with a two-man cross-cut saw, but all of the teeth fell out of the blade. Regular axes have also been tried, but after one cut, the axe heads come off the handle. The marks of the attempted removal can still be seen as the tree stands proudly in a small open area of the park. Witnesses also claim the women's restroom at the park is haunted by the young victims of Gerard. It is said strange screams come out of the restrooms and the doors slam shut randomly. Even in the hottest of summer months, cold spots are felt throughout the entire park. There have also been many claims of devil worshipping and cultist activity since the reports about the tree being used as a killing tool were released. The local cult group supposedly chose the tree as a sacrificial site and meeting grounds, with hooded figures prowling the area becoming a common occurrence. The locals and hikers describe the air in the area as heavy, and you never really feel alone, as you'll often hear strange sounds and singing through the trees. The nature trails that were once alluring appear ominous, and in many cases, vegetation ceases to grow in certain spots. Ghost sightings are prevalent, with many believing the horrible manners of death have doomed the souls of his victims to wander the forest forever. Locals warn to not take pieces of the tree either, since oftentimes those who choose to suffer misfortune immediately after. A priest was brought to the tree in 1992 in an attempt to exorcise the area after reported devil worshipping, placing a cross at the base of the tree, which would later be knocked down. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, it is hard to deny that evil did take hold of the old oak tree, impervious and unwilling to be torn down by nature or man. Or maybe it is meant to act as a warning or a reminder of what long-lasting damage real evil can do. As someone who grew up in Florida, I don't recall ever hearing about the devil tree. And growing up, I was told a lot of supernatural stories, especially from my grandpa, which is probably why I enjoy the subject so much. But regardless of my thoughts on the matter, I'm interested in what you think about this. Have any of you heard of the devil tree or maybe even visited it? I always enjoy when we get a case that collides true crime and paranormal. I don't do enough supernatural, so when we do cover something from that realm, it's nice for a little shakeup. Maybe I should incorporate more of them more often. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But as always, share your thoughts in the comments below and we can chat about this. If you found this to be informational, please consider giving the video a thumbs up to let YouTube know you want more. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do, as we would love to have you join us under the ash tree. Thank you all for continuing to push me forward and show your appreciation for not only me, but this channel as well. You guys make this community such a great place to be, and you truly make my week. Thank you for hanging out, and as always, I will see you lovely people in the next one. Bye, friends.
Phenomenal video. Much love and appreciation for that very informative.
That was a very, very informative, awesome video. Doodle, he would love to come to Tennessee and go to the home of Andrew Jackson, the president, Old Hickory.
That's a creepy freaking place.
It's said to be haunted.
It is.
But we're not going. But you go there during the day, not at night.
I'm not going anywhere near Hermitage at night. That place had evil. Some of the shit that went on there. Oh no.
I
That's
know,
a totally different
right?
No. If some people knew the history of these presidents and what some of them are accused of doing, my Lord. You know what I would love to know is how the bodies of water around the Space Center test out. I bet there's money for fluoride selling monkeys there. What the fuck?
Fluoride.
You know what, Mikey's what really weird is, seriously though, like, yeah, no, seriously, like Mikey's being dead ass right there. like, you know what's really weird is, like, we've been down there several times and I've never seen a gator. You always see people fishing, but I've never seen a gator on the coastline. Isn't that weird? I find it to be very strange. Very strange. Never seen one over there. Like, we went over Lake Jessup the other day and I counted 6 gators going towards Daytona, and I counted 3 coming back that you could just see from the bridge. You're accustomed to bring him to Daily Pass at the 6th Floor Museum here in Dallas. That would be really cool. Hell, I want to go there. Bioluminescence happens for a reason. It's around the Space Center. I did not know that. Really? We may take a night trip to the Space Center. I did not know that. Another bagooger tree. Singing bagooger trees. I've been there. I have an autographed book from the lady in the red coat made famous in the footage through black and white footage. That's awesome. 8 to 10 hours. Meh. Florida has a devil tree, but South Carolina has an angel tree. That's interesting, Josh. You can try car rides 10 hours with Mr. Know-It-All. I'm sure he's a blast. You probably learn all kinds of new things, don't you, Doodle? Mikey, what's the name of that town? I always want to call it Castleberry. It's not freaking Castleberry. It's shit.
Why did Doodle's
That's
rear end
Dago.
get?
Huh?
Why did Doodle's rear end just get stuck in a kayak?
What the hell? I'm behind in chat.
What did you say about what town? Did you just say? I'm sorry, I got stuck on Doodle's rear end, getting stuck in a kayak.
There's something you ladies need to tell us. You're getting stuck on Doodle's butt in a kayak. I feel like there's a story behind that. Right? Mikey, now you got like the wheels turning. I got the wheels grinding here. I'm like, dude, I've seen gators in all across Florida. Like, I saw a huge freaking gator. He was probably at least 8 foot, maybe more than that. Just like chilling on the bank of a retention pond and headed towards Daytona down to Mocha one day. And I mean, I'm talking like a massive freaking gator. The bioluminescence. I know it is. That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, dude, because they know, right? They are dinosaurs. They've been here longer than.
Well, was the gator the sweetest baby?
It was the sweetest baby.
I figured he was the sweetest baby. I would hug him if he wouldn't eat me. I like gators.
Don't get out of your vehicle on Alligator Alley. I haven't been to Alligator Alley yet, exotic, but I really want to go. I really, really, really want to go. What if my rear end gets stuck in a kayak? We'll get you back out, Doodle. You can come kayaking. We could take you to where the manatees play.
Yeah. We'll get you out the kayak, Doodle.
I'm talking about. Yes, Cape Canaveral, Dago. Casa Dago. Look at there. Mikey for the win. Since we're doing devil stuff tonight, I'm actually going to show you guys the devil's chair too. It doesn't go along with this story, but it still goes along with Paranormal.
What, he has a tree and a chair?
Well, no, the devil's chair, that's a whole different thingy mabobber. And I can probably whip up some photographs to share with you guys. It would take me just un momento to pull those up from my telephone and send them to my Facebooks. But I'm sure I can possibly pull some of those out for you guys as well. I'm multitasking, so I apologize, guys. Anytime I go into town, I am an introvert, so it throws off my whole groove. So I'm trying to do this and something else. Oh no, I don't want anything that sounds like Alligator Alley. Yeah, I really want to go there. I heard that there's like bridges you can walk across and stuff. I would love that. I've been to some things in Casadega. It's a phone conversation to explain. Dude, I love Casadega. Like, it was so much fun, but we went on a Sunday. So, you hate gators? I love gators, especially fried with some good batter over them and hot French fries. It's good stuff. The Black Hammock is my favorite place to go and eat gator, but apparently next time we're going to the Jolly Roger to eat gator. Did you see they tagged the largest great white off of Cape Canaveral a couple weeks ago? I didn't, but Mikey, the big great white, I think her name's Marianne or something, that her breeding grounds in Daytona. I've actually seen her from the 14th floor of the plaza. When she pinged out there, that's where her breeding grounds are. Maybe like 18 foot long, maybe 22. I got to look. He says dude will just roll over. Oh my Lord. It will be a bunch of sleeping alligators. Peggy says, oh, Brian, that's not fun. I guess you really want to take. I need to go do what you got to do. Have you been to Casadega, Brian? It's really cool. Yeah, I'll just keep rolling until I fall out. You have a devil's ice box there? I feel like there's a story behind that. Lewis Gates is very well known in Casadega. He actually has helped Volusia County PD find bodies. True DM stories. That's fucking cool. That's cool as shit. Yeah, make sure I didn't miss anything. See, the bridge knows what's up. Gator tail with Cajun sauce. Gator bites.
I like
Gator bites
gator.
are so good.
I like gator.
You eating gator?
I like gator. I'm not eating gator right now. I didn't just go out
gator.
I didn't just go out in the backyard and whoop up some gator.
Right.
We don't have
My
those in
dad gets
Tennessee.
so mad at me because my dad's in Kentucky, and every time we get there, I always forget to stop at the Black Hammock on the way out and get him gator. And like, it's like when I see my dad, it's like, hi sis, love you. They call me Chris, so he's like, hi Chris, love you. And he looks around for a cooler, and he's like, really?
Oh, I like frog legs too, Cassie.
He gets so pissy because I always forget, but this time we're gonna not forget to bring Dad his I prefer Boudin balls in Louisiana. I don't know what Boudin balls are, but I'm eerie at anything that has balls in the name. One time I was in Hohenwald, Tennessee, and this lady was like, do you want to try some mountain oysters? And I was like, I'll eat anything once. The guy behind me was like, do you know what mountain oysters are? And I was like, no, but I like food. And he said, them's buffalo balls. I said, oh, hell no.
Love you, Arctic. Sweet dreams, honey. Him's tired.
I can't do no buffalo balls. Good night, Arctic. Charlestown, New Orleans has the best southern gator. I'm spoiled. Nowhere else can cut it. Ooh. All right, guys. My eyelids are getting very heavy. Love you too. Love you.
Love you, Arctic.
Be safe.
Oh, yeah. Don't eat no Rocky Mountain oysters. They're not anything that's got, anything that says Rocky Mountain oyster. If it says Rocky Mountain oysters, or if it's, it's off the back end of something. It's balls. Don't eat it.
Balls
no.
up.
No balls up. I ain't eating no balls.
No balls up. Now, regular oysters, I hate to see me coming with some Tabasco. All right, Cassie. I can't eat oysters. You guys are stronger than me. Fuck some oysters, man.
I love oysters, Rockefeller.
I can't do no oysters.
I love
And
oysters, Rockefeller.
honestly, I'm not a fan of lamb either. Like, lamb is Craig's favorite. Lamb and something else.
You don't want no lamb fries. Lamb fries are lamb balls. That's lamb balls.
What are those little things called? The little green that look like baby cabbages? Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts and lamb is his favorite. I'm like, ugh.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Put the heathens to bed. Okay, Cassie, we'll still be here.
Tell Liberty Kimber said good night.
You love seafood. It doesn't love you. I love seafood too. Lamb chops. Yeah, for like his birthday, his mom always cooks his favorite meal. Brussels sprouts sauteed in bacon. Everybody's saying good night, Liberty. If you can hear us, Matum. Oysters Rockefeller is basically a stuffed crab. Oh, Josh coming in. I love fried Brussels sprouts. I've never had them fried. Seafood, you eat it. Hey, that's me. Let's talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from. What does it? Why is it doing what it's doing? It's not my jam. What the fuck, Doodle?
I don't buy jam. I buy honey and I kiss it on the lip. Doodle.
Ooh, girlfriend. Did you get my message earlier? You wanted to know how chicken rings were made. And Craig said that chicken rings are made with a special cookie cutter. I would not take that as fact. Just putting it out there. Okay, so you guys know how I feel about Wikipedia. I don't care for Wikipedia because I just don't care for it. I don't care for it at all.
I saute some butter and some onions. Some bacon and some onions and some butter. And then I put my Brussels sprouts in there. Yeah. In a skillet on the stove. Oh. Heavenly. But I just love Brussels sprouts, so it don't matter.
You just love Brussels sprouts.
It's just baby cabbage.
That's what I call it. Baby cabbages.
It's just baby cabbages. It's so cute. It's so damn cute. I want some. What the hell?
That's my patinger. My pating. Somebody's patinging me. I had patinged someone earlier today. Miss Barbara had sent me a case and I had reached out, so that might be a family responding. I will check it momentarily. All right. What was he doing here? These were the abductions. Nancy Ellen Trotter, Paula Sue Wells on police duty. Jensen Beach. Yeah. The two girls intended to travel to Jensen Beach following the day. Schaefer proposed them to drive them to the location. The girls accepted his offer after agreeing to meet him at the bandstand East Ocean Boulevard at 9:15 a.m. the following morning. Schaefer arrived at the bandstand at the prearranged time. On this occasion, he was not wearing his uniform or driving his own vehicle. Although he convinced Trotter and Wells he was still on duty and was having switched to plainclothes undercover duties and driving an unmarked vehicle. Boy, he was a son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, because that's right. I don't think they got in the car. I can't remember if did they get in the car with him the first day? But I know he picked them up on a separate occasion, too. This is when he picked them up at the beach, isn't it?
This is when he picked them up. What's a bandstand is like down here, like in Daytona, we have the bandstand. It's like a big giant shell.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But I think he gave them, I can't remember if he gave them, if they were scared to get in the car with him the first, I can't remember. But yeah, I know they picked him up on a second day too. Or they were around him on a second day.
Doodle pudding me. Let's see what doodle pudding.
Go ahead. I'm sorry for disrupting again.
No, you're fine. I didn't know who pudding me.
Let's talk about your cable ace award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage.
Oh my God. I'll have to pull that up, share that with everybody, Doodle. That way we can all pee together. We'll watch that towards the end because we all need a good laugh after we go through this crazy shit. I don't know if my Facebooks will pull up on this one. Let's see. I've never tried to log into Facebook on this one. Let's see. In Rowdy Brieffield lectured the girls of stranger dangers and being sold into white slavery before stopping the vehicle. Dilapidated, shed deep inside a remote area where he handcuffed and gagged the girls. He took the victim in a large cypress tree close to the Indian River, tying their legs to the trunk below the knees before binding a noose around their neck, which affixed to the branch. And the matter force exposed the roots to counter pressure of the noose. Schaefer then took the other victim a short distance away where she too was bound in a similar manner. Oh, wow. I've used this photo. This used to be on my background. This was Nancy Trotter reenacts her binding and restraint by Schaefer for a Martin County police photographer. This is Susan Place on the left and Georgia Jessup on the right. Barbara Ann Wilcox. It's jeans. St. Lucie County Sheriff's Department crime scene photograph of the jeans worn by Georgia Jessup with their distinctive Roadrunner emblem. And see, I wonder if that was a Roadrunner from the car or from the cartoon. Because my uncle had a Roadrunner, a car when I was a kid. This is Pompano Beach. This is Peggy Ron and Wendy Stevenson were last seen alive at this location, December 29th, 1969. Mary Alice Bristola. That's his mugshot. Fucking smiling fucking creeper.
Grinning from ear to ear in that mugshot, man.
Approximately 2 weeks after his arrest, Schaefer posted a $15,000 bail, thus meaning he remained at liberty prior to the scheduled November 1972 trial. He returned to the house of his second wife, reunited in Stewart. His wife and in-laws noted no change in his demeanor, believing his claim to just have been trying to teach the hitchhikers a lesson. Schaefer awaited trial, and he obtained menial employment at Kiwi Chick. I don't know what the hell that is. This talks about the murders. Initial imprisonment. Discoveries. On the afternoon of April 1st, a father and son were searching for discarded aluminum cans, discovered the extensively decomposed remains of two individuals scattered within around a hole dug amongst the trees of Oak Hammock Park, Port St. Lucie, Florida. The location of this grave was 212 feet from the nearest dirt road. The grave itself was 2 feet and 3 inches. Deep scratches marks were evident upon the base of the tree immediately alongside the gravesite. Oh my God. Close to where sections of a torso that had been bound to the base of the trunk. One victim whose remains of blue jeans with a circular emblem, the Roadrunner, whereas other completely nude, a pile of clothing belonging to the decedents was discovered in nearby undergrowth. Sections of the bodies had eventually been disinterred and scattered by wildlife. The location of the discoveries was approximately 6 miles from where Trotter and Wills had been held captive prior to their escape the previous summer. Why in the fuck would they get in the car with him again?
They when they first got in the car with him, he wasn't threatening. He just kind of so the first day they got there, okay, and they were going to go to the beach. They had hitchhiked, okay, so he wasn't threatening to them, and I don't know if I think he took them to the beach where they were going, and so he told them he'd meet them there, blah blah blah, the next morning or something. So he wasn't threatening. So I don't know why they went with him the next morning. I guess they thought, because he was a cop and he was okay, and yeah. But he didn't take him the first morning. He didn't take him the first day they met him. He took him the second time.
What the fuck, man? I just can't wrap my mind around that.
No, Doodle. Cauliflower will never taste like potatoes. And Brussels sprouts and cabbage are not the same thing, but they are both part of the cabbage family. I just call them baby cabbages because they look like baby cabbages. But Brussels sprouts have a more bitter taste to them.
I always thought they were baby cabbages.
They're both part of the Brussels sprouts are part of the cabbage family.
They're not baby cabbages?
No, they're not. Well, they're part of the cabbage family. They just don't grow out of the ground like cabbage does. They grow on like a bush or a vine, however you want to put it.
Yeah. All right. So, if you're not already triggered by this point, you should be okay. Both girls have been bound and murdered. The spinal cords have been severed, the lumbar and cervical section, and several bones completely severed with a knife or machete. Their bodies had been decapitated after death, and their jawbones had sustained numerous fractures. One of the set of remains was later identified as Place, had also sustained a gunshot wound to her lower jaw consistent with having been inflicted by a .22 caliber pistol. Furthermore, sections of wearing tree bark upon the banyan tree approximately 9 feet. The grave indicated one or both victims had been suspended from the tree long enough to leave welt impressions within the bark prior to their deaths. The initials J had also been carved into the tree, the roots which bore several deep knife, machete, axe incisions containing the torn sections of clothing fibers. Good God. Inside a locked bedroom in the Fort Lauderdale residence of Shaper's mother, police found 300 pages of lurid stories, occasionally accompanied by crude illustrations. Dude, this is just like fucking BTK. Shaver had both penned and typed over the course of several years. These stories detailed kidnapping, humiliation, rape, execution, and hanging of a number of teenage girls and young women who routinely referred to as whores, sluts, and harlots, including the two named Belinda and Carmen, and an unidentified woman who's graphically described hanging from an unknown location close to Powerline Road. Jesus. So she committed necrophilia, dismembered the bodies, extracted the teeth from the skull. And he was only charged with 2 murders. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh.
Yeah, he was only officially charged with 2 of their murders.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I didn't know he wrote a book, and I've researched this before. Isn't this crazy? Now I kind of want to read the book. The consensus on whether Schaefer began killing. Also, Schaefer himself was killed in prison in 1995. The true number of victims he claimed will never be known. While incarcerated, he frequently encouraged speculation as to how victims he had claimed, while simultaneously denying he had ever committed murder, claiming numerous writings discovered at his mother's residence were purely fictional. Bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. And then this tells we're missing girls. Oh, there's a true crime documentary, Married with Secrets.
Yes. Oops. Oh. Yes, that's what I was just looking up. It's Married with Secrets on Investigation Discovery. I was looking to see which one I saw it on. It was Married with Secrets.
I swear I've seen documents before. This is what happens when I wait a year to cover a case. I've lost all my stuff that went to it. Oh, that's crazy. I'm going to put this in the description as well. That's got a lot of really good information on there too.
I recorded a thing tonight. It's totally not true crime. It's totally off topic, but there was a thing on ABC I've got it DVR'd. It was Christopher Reeve's son. It's a documentary. It's only an hour. It was on ABC. It's Finding My Father. It's just him learning about who his father was. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch that later. Probably tomorrow night, maybe. But yeah, that's what it was on, Married with Secrets. Because I watched Married with Secrets a lot too. He had a big old secret.
He had something going on. Fucking crazy person.
For some reason, if I'm not mistaken, I can't swear to it. Was his wife pregnant? I don't know. It was a whole hot mess.
All right, y'all. This is from Doodle. So we know what buttered sausage is. She's put a disclaimer along with this video that says don't pee.
Let's talk about your Cable Ace Award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips. Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
What the fuck, Doodle? Buttered sausage.
That's fucking hilarious.
Buttered sausage and buttered jam. Butter that ass.
Oh my god.
Get that ass all buttered up. Yeah. What the fuck?
Dude, I watched an episode, and it's been a long time. This is a long time. Episode of Celebrity Apprentice one night, and Gary Busey and Meatloaf were on there. And they was fixing a fight because Meatloaf somebody stole Meatloaf's markers, and him and Gary Busey was fixing a fight over it. It was fucking hilarious.
God. Laugh out loud fun fact. Busey's first sausage house was down by you until they burned it up. Was that his? Mikey, is that the one that the Hell's Kitchen guy, I can't think of his name, but the yelling chef, where he came down here and it was supposed to be like a horrible fucking restaurant? Craig remembers
Gordon
that.
Ramsay?
Yes.
That's Derek's favorite chef. That's Derek's favorite chef in the world, Gordon Ramsay.
I wonder if that was the same place. I got invited to his new house in Apopka, but I passed. Mikey, you should have went. You could have got us exclusive footage. JFC, I gotta sleep tonight. Kiss it on the lips. Kiss it on the lips.
Kiss it on the
It's the
lips.
same place. Oh wow! See, look, my getting old sucks, y'all, because sometimes shit runs together. That's crazy. You may be into buttered sausage and biscuits. Mm-hmm.
You know, I see his son sometimes, Jake, on something, and I'll go, "Is that Gary Busey's son?" And girl, he'll open his damn mouth, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Gary Busey's son." All them damn
They
teeth.
have lots of drugs there. He said
Well-
they have lots of drugs at Gary Busey's house. I bet he's fucking hilarious. I'm not
sure
going to
there's-
drop any names or anything, but I went to a famous UCF wrestler, MMA wrestler's house, and like I had no fucking idea what I was walking into until I got there, and there was a lot of drugs and strange things taking place in that said house, and I was like, well, I gotta go. You guys all have fun with that. And they were like, we're headed out to the pool. Are you sure you don't want to join? I was like, no, I'm pretty positive. I'm completely
Mikey said-
okay with leaving.
There's so many drugs there. So many drugs there.
Yeah, I was, and again, I'm not gonna name drop or anything, guys. But yeah, I was a bit disturbed.
Hey, Scott, welcome in.
Hi, Scott. It's like a P. Diddy party. Oh, hell no. We don't do no P. Diddy party. No.
Oh, damn, Mikey, what a slippery situation.
Good night, Dago. You had it out on us? That's a private combo talk.
Night,
Good night.
Dago.
We're keeping you up too late. Keeping you up too late, doing the things, keeping you up. All right, what else did we have? Tumbleweed. Oh, Lord, what does Molly send us? Bagooger trees. Ooh, I have to share my bagoogers with you guys. Molly makes me the best bagoogers. Molly makes bagoogers. I love the bagoogers. One day I'm going to put them all together in a video. Look at that. The cutest little things.
Night, Miss Barbara.
Good night, guys. Look at the bagoogers. Oh my God. Thank you, Molly. I have bagoogers.
She's so good at that stuff. Her and Doodle. The
I know they're.
bagoogers.
Here, I'm going to stop sharing because I don't know what was sent to me, and I don't know if it's something that's meant for public consumption or not.
You have to watch with Molly. She might not. She might send you something that's not meant for public consumption.
Yeah, I don't want to pull up anything that, and then I have to go and I have to edit the video out, and it's a whole fucking thing. God knows I'm not good at that because it takes for fucking ever, and then I lose track of what I'm doing, and I forget I'm editing it. It's just a whole thing. Only on Tuesdays. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, love. I know I was a little late checking Discord. I apologize. I'll be honest with you guys. I had 2 missing posters that were requested to be made. One of them I'm waiting on blessing from the family, and the other one I was finishing up while we were watching the bit show.
Well, welcome back, Miss Barbara. Barbara said, I'm here. I thought everyone was going to bed. I think just Dago went to bed.
Where's Miss Barbara?
I thought she said good night. I thought she was going to bed. She thought everybody was going to bed, but just Dago left.
I'm streaming of Boosie, Paula Deen, and buttered sausage. Good night, Josh. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so as promised, we're going to take a look at this other creepy location here in Florida. This is the Devil's Chair. So the term Devil's Chair, haunted chair in folklore, frequently attached to the classy funerary or memorial sculpture of common United States, 19th century, often associated with legend tripping. 19th century graveyards sometimes included carved chairs for the comfort of visitors. In this function, the object was known as a mourning chair, and cemeteries have provided benches for similar purposes, most often movable units and a type used in parks. Also, specimens in the tradition of the carved chairs. Some of the carved chairs are probably not intended to use as anything but monuments, but while the monument bench is still commercially available, once the original purpose of the chairs fell out of fashion, superstitions developed in the association with the act of sitting in them. In a typical example, local young people dare one another to visit the site, the most often dark and midnight specified nights, such as Halloween or New Year's Eve. Variously in stories suggest a brave person enough to sit in the chair at the time to be punished or impudence of reward for courage. The Devil's Chair is in Cassadaga, Florida, which is a graveside bench in the cemetery that borders Cassadaga and Lake Helen. According to one local legend, an unopened beer can left on the chair will be empty by morning. In some accounts, the can is opened, and in others, the beer is simply gone, though the unopened top. The devil himself is sometimes said to appear in anyone that is so bold to sit in the chair. In Illinois, they have the haunted chair of Greenwood Cemetery. That's in Decatur, Illinois. In Iowa, the Devil's Chair is in Guthrie Center. Missouri, Missouri, the Devil's Chair or Baird's Chair is officially named in Highland Park in Kirksville, Missouri. Was the place in the cemetery by Charles Grassel. Oh, y'all got a Devil's Chair up there. In Ohio, the Duncan Monument in Fletcher Cemetery, Fletcher, Ohio, appears a carved headstone rather than a mourning chair. Well, that's cool, but this didn't really tell us much about Cassadaga. Let's see. So I don't have to read this to tell you the story of Cassadaga. So Cassadaga is one of the oldest encampments. It's actually not a town, it's an encampment. I'll pull this up so you guys can see. The Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp. So in South Florida, there is do you remember Brian Bosworth? Brian Bosworth. The name sounds familiar, Exotic. Actually, you've been there. It's neat but creepy. The Warlock Graveyard in Dansville, Missouri is creepy too. I have a video on it. Oh, that'd be awesome, Doodle. We got to do like a creepy paranormal night. But I will give you guys a quick synopsis of Castleberry, and Mike's in chat, so Mike can correct me if I get anything wrong. Minor Monsters, we have Seven Devils Mountains in Idaho. Tomboy, he played for the Huskers in Seattle. Never heard of that, Doodle. Okay. So Cassadaga is an encampment. And back in the day of sideshows and things like that, where sideshows traveled and people that were human oddities, I guess is the politically correct term. The man that founded Castleberry gave them a safe place to live. So it's not actually a city. It's considered an encampment. And they have really pretty orange groves. And we actually picked oranges from the orange grove when we went there. It was really cool. But they have a fairy garden. And that's kind of why I want to do its own show. And again, I thought it would be really cool to do Castleberry in with the fairy, because the cool thing about the fairy garden is you actually take stuff up there and you can leave it in the fairy garden. And it's like really cool. Like it's really, really pretty. And they have butterfly wings and they have all the different things. Yeah, like Mike said here. You literally can't just buy a house there. You have to be a medium. So they have mediums. They have mediums. They have psychics. They have palm readers and places like that. So fun fact, my ex-husband who raised the boys, God rest his soul, he's not here with us anymore, but his sister married into the family that was known as the alligator skin people in sideshows and circuses way back in the day. Yes, the fairy garden is super cool. And we actually took a bunch of trinkets and stuff up there and left in the fairy garden. So it was really, really, really cool. It was super cool. Like it was really neat to be there and
Nighttime boy.
And to actually get to see it. But we went on a Sunday and all the mediums and everybody was closed the day we were there. But there's also a tree that is like kind of like the angel tree that they were talking about, and you leave pennies at the tree. I think it's pennies. Again, I want to do a whole live on it. And I think it would be really, really super interesting to pull up some of my vid shows and stuff. And show you guys Castleberry. So, I was looking to see if I could just give you guys a sneak peek of Castleberry. Trying to find one that's not. Oh, looky here. This one is, what is it like to live in Castleberry, Florida? Resident shares it all. So let's see what. I've not pre-reviewed this video, so I take no responsibility if I have to stop it if something weird pops up. Mute this first second ad. It's going to be 2 of them apparently.
One of the secret. Today I'm talking about one of the secret hidden gems of Orlando. A quiet, beautiful community located in a convenient part of town right off of Altamont Springs, Winter Park, Maitland, and Winter Springs. It's right in that area, and you are going to love this neighborhood. And we're starting right now. Hi there, what is up? I'm Kathy Williams, your friend in real estate here in Orlando, and today we are talking about Castleberry, Florida, this adorable little hidden gem of a community located in Seminole County and just outside of Orlando. It's a great suburb, and today I'm going to be joined by Kinsey Lolithan, who is a great friend of mine. She's also a community leader. She lives here in Castleberry, and she's president of the Castleberry Chamber of Commerce. So she's got some great things to say since she lives here. She knows what the deal is and what's going on. So today I would love for you to just get to know her a little bit better. And we're going to talk about some of the great things that Castleberry has to offer.
Wow.
So
You know what? I pulled up Castleberry, not Dago. Damn it. Hang on. No wonder that didn't sound right. She was way too happy. Thank you, Mikey. Son of a bitch. Castleberry's a nice area too, unless you're, you know, getting carjacked and murdered. Son of a bitch. Mikey for the win. Another stupid fucking ad. Mother trucker, man. Damn it. Thank you, Mikey. Telling you guys I had a rough day.
Cassadaga, Florida, a town that's dubbed the psychic capital of the world. It's home to the Southern Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp. The Spiritualist Camp consists of 57 acres and 55 homes and is made up of spiritually minded people, many of whom are mediums and healers, and who practice the religion of spiritualism. Spiritualism is based on the principle of continuous life, or the idea that the soul continues after death and can reveal things to the living that we don't know. And that is demonstrated through mediumship. So if someone is a medium, that means that they have the ability to communicate with spirits or the spirit world. This is different from solely a psychic who uses a sixth sense or intuition to do readings. But you'll find psychics in Cassadaga too. All types of believers have been gravitating towards this place since the end of the 19th century. The camp was established in 1894 by a man named George P. Colby. He was a spiritualist from New York, and spiritualism was very popular in New York at that time. And as the story goes, one day during a seance, Colby received the information that he would settle a new home for spiritualists in the American South. And guided by a Native American spirit guide named Seneca, he found this location. When you visit Cassadaga, it's a little bit confusing to know which people and places are officially affiliated with the camp and the religion, as opposed to independent practitioners and businesses operating in town. The bookstore is a great place to start your visit and get some information. The shop has lots of New Age stuff for sale, along with boards advertising various camp-certified mediums and healers available that day, as well as tours and other events taking place in the camp. There are a lot of ways for visitors to get in touch with their spiritual side in town. I personally have never been into meditation, but this mini meditation station was actually pretty nice and peaceful. I'm about to go inside the Cassadaga Psychic Shop, which is really close to the bookstore. Inside, they have a crystal healing bed, which has 7 crystals aligned with your 7 chakras, and it's supposed to heal you psychically, I guess. I really want to try it. This photo makes it look a little bit like a medieval torture device, but it was not so bad in the actual room. You're supposed to just lie down and relax. I chose a 20-minute session and opted to use these noise-canceling headphones that they provided. Honestly, it was a little bit weird knowing that there were people shopping just a couple of feet away, but I did my best to focus. So that was definitely interesting. I don't know if I felt anything necessarily when I was lying there. I definitely recommend using those noise-canceling headphones because they did make you feel very alone with your thoughts. It was when I got up that I sort of felt weird, like I hadn't moved in 10 years. I don't know, who's to say? Maybe I've been re-energized or cleansed. I had to check out this haunted museum, which seemed right up my alley. The coolest thing about the museum was that you get a flashlight to walk around with, which I thought was a really great idea. They had lots of allegedly haunted items and spooky characters from pop culture. The museum was cute, but I wanted to check out some more official camp-related activities. In 2013, the camp created a fairy trail, which offers visitors a chance to connect with nature spirits.
It definitely feels really interesting in here. It's very quiet and secluded. You hear the bugs. It feels like this lost wonderland that we've discovered.
Found our guy.
He's perfect.
We're gonna need a flight.
Travel like a pro.
Based on the camp's website, this is one of the vortexes, and they say that a vortex is a concentrated area of psychic energy, and there are different types of vortexes. So there's a naturally occurring one, which is what Casadega in general sits on, but there are also smaller man-made ones. The fairy trail is supposed to be one of those smaller man-made ones that come about because of all the energy that's being practiced and used here.
I felt that my trip would not be complete unless I had a reading, and I personally wanted to have a psychic reading done rather than communicate with spirits. A lot of readers were booked for the day, but finally I did find one who would see me. Honestly, it was a bit of a letdown.
So I just had a reading, my first one ever, and I was not super impressed. So the way it worked was that I sat down and he asked to hold something of mine that I wear a lot. So I gave him my necklace, which I wear every day. And so he held it and he just started talking. And the very first thing he said was that I have a trip coming up. I was like, oh my God, I have a trip planned that I've been looking forward to for a really long time. So I was like really impressed at that point. But everything after that, I feel like was pretty vague. And it could have applied to anyone, you know, instability in your family life, in your stress, and there's a lot of ups and downs, stuff like that. It wasn't very specific to me. And so he did say that in the next 1 to 2 months, I will be much more successful. So I'm looking forward to that if that happens. But overall, not super impressed. I'm glad that I had the experience. So now I can say, oh yeah, I've met with a psychic before and now I know what it's like. But it wasn't for me. Maybe I'll try again sometime in the future. I don't know.
My last stop in Casadega was Seneca Park, which is the largest park at the camp. This is the location of another so-called vortex.
The woman in the bookstore said that between these two trees, there's a spot where nothing grows. So I guess that's here. She said you'd be able to feel the vortex. I don't know if I do. But I'm going to make a wish or prayer.
So when we went down there, we found these really pretty snails that I was like super excited about that are apparently invasive to Florida and they're not good for Florida. Just a side note.
And hope that the energy here is amplified. While I didn't have any enlightening experiences per se, I'm still really glad that I had a chance to come here, you know, to walk around, to see what this place is all about. I was so curious. It's always really interesting to me when, you know, a town is known for something in particular, something weird or unusual or curious. And this place definitely fits that bill. You know, it's a group of people who all either practice the religion of spiritualism or who believe in supernatural abilities, communication with spirits, mediumship. I respect their beliefs, even if it didn't necessarily, you know, resonate with me. I'm really grateful that they have so much information here, lots of tours and classes and things like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next.
So when we do the show on Casadega, I'll probably find somebody that's not a skeptic because that would probably be a lot more fun to watch. They would compliment your pretty mouth. And ma'am, I've told you about running for the hills. Them hills have eyes. I got some from a friend online. I'm just an estate one from an antique shop. I have excuse me, I have 2 ventriloquist dummies that came from Carnegie Hall. They're creepy as fucking. We used to scare the shit out of Craig with them.
Hi, Dutchess.
Fishing Dutchess is in here. Hi, Dutchess. Thank you so much for stopping by, love. We were talking about a serial killer, and then we ended up with fairy gardens and mediums and psychics. Thank you so much for coming in, Dutchess. If you're not subbed up to Dutchie, make sure that you go sub up to Dutchie's channel. Let's see if I can do this on the... Can I do this on the thing? Is it command? Oh, God. Pushing buttons. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Control.
Are you going to yeet yourself off the porch again?
Probably if I keep pushing buttons. Where the hell are my emojis? How do I get emojis to come up on this crazy thing? This is why I don't like using this computer. This is pissing me off. It's all right. We gotta back up. I'll do it the other way. So do you guys think that you would enjoy kind of the next decompression we do? Instead of doing like funny videos and stuff, maybe doing some love and lore. I was just adding you to my Nightbot, Mom, and I saw you were live. I'm trying to update stuff. Oh, thank you, Dutchess. You're in my Nightbot too. I had to switch to my MacBook, and I'm not used to using it. And I can't find my emojis. So I had to open the other computer.
She yeeted her ass off the front porch, Dutchess.
I
She
sure did.
yeeted herself off the front porch.
But that's Dutchie's channel, so make sure you guys Windows key or use the name to bring them up. I don't have a Windows key.
Molly said she would enjoy it.
I don't know how to make emojis come up. Yes, ma'am. I went to the moon with you. It was terrible. I was laying on my back, looking up at the front porch, watching the swing. I said, bye.
If
Peace
you type in crown, does the crown come up?
No, that's what I said. I don't like this computer because my other one, I just hit control and the period thing. I made it work the other night. I'm gonna have to text Minnie and ask him how the hell do I get my emojis to come up on this crazy ass computer. The moon is my Discord name. If I eat, I'm there. I enjoy eating myself off panel, apparently. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to have to Google, how do I make my emojis come up on this stupid Apple product?
Scott said semicolon and name together.
Semicolon. Look at Doodle being all fancy.
Meow.
Name together. Semicolon. Y'all, I'm going to end up closing the damn screen over here. Hitting buttons.
Doodle used the wrong damn cat.
Yeah. Shit, which cat did we make, Molly? That's so bad. I can't even remember my own damn Nightbot controls. Hang on.
I think Doodle may have found it, unless Doodle's going to go through every cat emoji there is.
Molly's the yellow cat. Molly's the yellow cat. This one.
She used the yellow cat.
No, the full body yellow cat with the arched back. And it had to be sassy. Yes, that one. See? Lord, I didn't know you could use emojis. Yeah, you can use emojis. Like yours is a crown. So that brings your channel up. Yours is a crown. And then Arctic is a fox. And Doodle is a ladybug. She said, well, damn.
Well, damn.
Glad I could help. Yeah, I like using the emojis because I keep it more organized. Like Mr. Steve's channel is True Crime Web, so his is a spider web. This is a spider web, and then like Wisdom is our native mod, so hers is a feather. the bus is backfiring. Vroom vroom. And like I have my Nightbot open for everybody, so you can do this, and it drops the list of commands. Love it. Michelle's gonna kick my ass. I might have to go use some emojis. But yeah, if you use this, it pops up all your different commands. It brings
Doodle put exclamation point. Don't know what I'm doing.
What the hell?
Doodle.
And then I have words too. So like I have like mods. And it shouts out my mods. Like all of the mods. And then like Fox Reform brings up Arctic's. Arctic's Amber Alert change thing. I have all kinds of different stuff in there. I have lots of different stuffs. Crime Curious's website.
Doodle, she just posted the list. She just posted the Nightbot commands. Scroll up. There's a link.
There's a link, woman.
There's a link, woman. That's what I'm trying to tell her. There's a link, Doodle, up. See it?
Thank you so much, Dutchie. Thank you so much. That's a really good idea. I should probably do that too. That's an awesome idea. All my commands are under my Nightbot channel in Discord. Should you ever need it on my channel, Mom? Thank you so much, love. That's a freaking great idea.
Doodle says, sorry, I have the dumbs. I can't brain today. Stop it, Doodle.
Girl, I can't brain today either. Like my brain is not
out. Cut it out, Doodle. Cut it out.
My brain's not doing it all. Oh, see, I completely forgot I had this one. Look, I've even got. Oh shit! See, that's why I don't push buttons.
What did you do now?
Kimber off the stream. I didn't kick you off.
Oh, you pushed me off the porch. How dare you?
Oh shit! I did it again.
Stop eating me! What are you doing?
Shit! All right, we're gonna stop using the brain, the freaking commands on that side.
Stop pushing the damn buttons. Oh. Rude as hell, I'm telling you. Rude as hell kicking me off of the damn porch. The hell am I gonna do?
That's why I love this channel.
Rude as hell. Doodle,
I'm glad you're feeling better, Barbara.
Doodle.
See, best subscribers in these streets, the brain pickers. Hey, didn't sell yourself too short, but this is part of the banter. Oh my lord!
Everybody's part of the banter over here. This is the we get some of the best banter on the YouTube streets over here.
I'm telling you, we get it going on over here. Hell, no telling what you'll end up with over here.
If you come up here, you'll end up off the porch because she be rude ass, throw your ass off the porch. See how she does me?
Isn't that
Come up.
special?
And there you fucking have it. There you fucking have it.
Yeeting camber off the porch. This is my favorite one though. Oh Lord. Oh, Doodle's gummy kicked in.
End up with a cup, ping pong balls, and tails. Ain't that the damn truth, Molly? You never know where we're going over here.
And buttered sausage.
Get buttered sausage. Get your Blues Clues notebooks out because when you come here, you never know where we're going. Get your Blues Clues. Get your Blues Clues notebook. And
Love
your
you,
Sherlock
Paula.
Holmes.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. So crazy people over here.
And your Sherlock Holmes hats.
So I'm gonna get Doodle a seatbelt. You wish Dutchie saw if Dutchie's still in here?
Dutchess to the white phone. Dutchess to the white phone. Are you still here, Dutchess?
Oh, shit, I opened up the wrong app. Oh God. Here, I'm over here just doing all the things except the right things tonight.
Don't you dare yeet me off the damn porch again. There she is. Did you yeet me again?
We'll wait 27 years. Okay,
there's Dutchess.
Here goes. Don't pee warning.
Don't pee warning.
I told my mother-in-law the other day, I said, you know, you never know, coughing too hard or laughing too hard. Getting old sucks. She's here. Please do the lip sync. Okay, I'm pulling it up, Doodle. That's you. This is for you. You missed it.
Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Let's talk about.
I'm dead ass sending that to Minnie. Oh God.
Dutchess's lip syncs are on freaking point, Doodle.
Oh, I love Dutchie's lip syncs. If you're not following Dutchess on TikTok, what the hell are you doing with your life? She does the best ones.
One of her favorite ones that she's ever done, though, is today we're not sad. Sad bitches. We're bad bitches.
This one's
If you're going to be a sad bitch, get yourself a
Me.
nappy nap.
And I say bless you. That's all you have to say.
Huh?
Huh?
Did you see this one, Kimber, or was you asleep when we played this one last night?
Well, you know, I could have been asleep because sometimes I fall asleep. Damn it, girl.
I have to go find it and make it. Oh.
Okay, what is it?
Minnie sent this one for us to laugh at.
You sneeze, and I say bless you. That's all you have to say. I'm not trying to hear any of this. Why are you in my house? Why is my window broken? I'm calling the police. Just be polite. It's that simple. You sneeze, and I...
Oh, yeah, I saw that one last night.
You sneeze. Oh, my Lord, y'all.
I know, Barbara.
What?
At least she didn't call me snoozy poo.
Who did I call Snoozy Poon earlier? Was it Dago?
Yeah.
I thought so. Oh, God. Let's see. Dutchess. I forwarded it to you, Dutchess. That way you have it, love. Snoozy poo. Snoozy poo.
See, I already have a name when I fall asleep. When I fall asleep, my name is Kimberfoot.
I told everybody last night, I said the Kimberfoot has struck.
Man, sometimes she just strikes.
You all do.
But see, like tonight, I'm all worked up.
Yay!
Yay, Dutchess!
Oh, doodle.
Tonight, I'm all worked up.
It is midnight. Thank you all.
Oh, that's a song. It's. Hold on. I gotta sing. Can I sing a song? Oh, you never let me sing. Okay, it's midnight in Montgomery. I'm singing. You interrupted my damn singing. Stop it. It's midnight.
Oh my God, Barb! I literally got tears over here. I already been over spit my pants. Trying to get oh my Lord. Lord.
Have mercy. Oh, I so needed this tonight.
Oh my God. Oh my God. See, I love this. We can talk about serious subjects and discuss dismemberment and beheadings and devil's trees and benches and end it with Barb splitting her pants and peeing herself.
Poor Barb.
I'm dead. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. I'm shutting it down for real this time. Guys, remember, if you see something, say something. It takes a village to raise a child. We never give up.
We never lose hope. We never lose hope. And please be good humans. Be good humans.
Catch you guys on the flip side.
I stand on this mountain, I look down and see a world I was once underneath. I stand on this mountain and I look down by mine. There's more than it once knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Now you're here. You're here. You're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be than found me see. Found me see. I climb down this mountain and I look around just to see that everyone used to be me. I climb down this mountain and I look around my mind, embracing more than the truth, than the truth, than the truth, than the truth, than the truth. Now you're here, you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be. Found me sing. Found me sing. I once was blind, but now I see the beauty of the world before me. Now you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be. Now you're here, you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be. Found me sing. Found me sing.